Hello, and good time zone. And apologies for the abrupt end to the starting soon music. And what is up, gamers? Hi, everyone. Welcome in. Hello, hello. Hope you're having a beautiful days. I'm certainly having some flavor of a Monday, and it's very nice to be here. Hello and welcome. And Turnip, thank you so much for the lurk. Hello, hello, hello. And a happy Monday to you all. I have belatedly realized that I did not actually fill my water cup with water, so I'm going to take this little bottle of water I got here and just give it a little bit of a fill. Anywho, we're painting with sparkles today, which I'm really excited about, and I hope that you are too. I've learned some things over the weekend. I did some traveling over the weekend briefly. Just nothing too terribly exciting, but a nice little family situation with my family-in-law elsewhere. Yeah, on this landmass, so that was nice. Had a good time, saw some ducks, saw some swans, saw some geese, and indeed a butt ton of pigeons, and so many dogs. It was a pretty good time. Anyways, hello. Once again, because I'm indecisive, I painted this twice. I painted the sort of the wide shot and also the close-up because I wasn't sure if I liked the composition of this one. I really struggled to get them to both just fit in the frame properly. So I painted this, and then I also painted this because, you know, why just make things easy for yourself when you can just paint two things instead because your indecision is crippling. Anyways, hello Aoife, welcome on in. How are you doing? It is very, very nice to see you indeed. Welcome on in, and hope you're having a good Monday. How's it going? Also, I don't know what it is about this room. I do not know what it is about this room. All the lights are switched off. I came into the room earlier, and it was just comfortably cool. I come in here at time to stream, and it has heat has concentrated in here, and it's now about 1,000,000 degrees. Like, the sweat is accumulating on my face. I do not enjoy it. I've got the window open to try and let in a bit of a breeze. There's some light coming in, which I don't appreciate, but at least it's not bright sunlight. But whew, I am very warm. I think it's partially humidity. I do have a hot cup of tea with me, but like, that shouldn't be making the entire room like a gazillion degrees hotter, and this coffee is decidedly tepid. Also, it's decaf, so it's not even like the caffeine making me warm. Whom knows? Anyways, to that end, I've got some decaf. I made decaf actually specifically because I've pretty much run out of regular sugar, and when I make my coffee at home, I usually like to add milk and sugar to it. And I pretty much run out of regular sugar for the moment. So I wanted to make something that I knew would pair well with brown sugar, and the flavor profile of this decaf is such that I think it pairs nicely with brown sugar. I do also have my Sassy Dad pool water. It is not alkaline ionized water, it's just tap water. I'm just reusing this this bottle because it's a really good bottle actually. So I would be remiss not to reuse it. It's you know, trying to reduce waste here as well. So good for me. Anyways, I do have a backup sketch that I've started if we need to start on something else. This is what I want to paint next. I've just noticed that there's a big, like, smudge. I don't know if that's because I was erasing something or just because I touched it, but there's a big smudge. Oh no, and I don't know. I feel like I need to fix Terry's proportions because he looks really weird here, so I might end up just deleting my art and restarting this whole thing. Like, it took me ages to get the chair the way I wanted it to look. This is eventually going to be Terry's cozy reading nook. And I was having a bit of a struggle with it because I felt like the composition this way was too cramped. Like, putting the chair here, you couldn't really see the rest of the cozy reading nook. But doing it this way, I feel like it's maybe too spacious and you can see too much of the cozy reading nook. I don't know. That might end up getting deleted and just redone. Whomst knows. Anyways, Aoife says 2 pretty arts are better than 1 pretty art. Oh, beans. Samantha says the coffee made the whole room so much warmer. It made the coffee seem tepid by comparison. Oh, goodness gracious. You might be right. I don't know. Anyways, hello, Samantha. Welcome in. How are you doing? It's wonderful to see you. Welcome, welcome. Hello, hello, hello. Hi. Terry needs more bookshelves. Oh, believe me, there will be bookshelves. There will be bookshelves galore. That I will. It's gonna take me ages to draw in all those dang bookshelves. There will be so many bookshelves. You will be just drowning in bookshelves. Terry will never not have something to read. Okay. Don't worry. There's gonna be. It's his reading nook. Of course, there are going to be bookshelves. There are going to be so many stinking bookshelves up in this place. I still don't know if this is how I want to be composed. Like, his arms are too small for one thing. I like the way he's kind of sitting all sort of scrungled up and cozy, because I think that's really, really cute. But this needs some fixing. This needs some fixing because it's all bad. Anyways. Samantha says, well, come back in November when Sammy will be working on the next piece after the reading Terry. Ah. No. I need to find a way to speedrun bookshelves, because I keep doing them and they take a really long time. But they're just so stinking cozy. I don't know. I can't help it. It's a good way to fill in the background of a piece and make it feel like the kind of aesthetic I aspire to but don't actually live in. Looking around me in the studio, I can see my auxiliary wardrobe is back there, which contains a lot of the jumpers that I haven't been wearing in the summer because they're made out of wool, so they're too warm for this season, and clothes that I almost never wear and should probably get rid of, as well as my favorite clothes, which I put there so I always find them instead of the floor-drobe. And what else? Oh, just shelves of Lego and Warhammer. So much Warhammer. Boxes upon storage bins of Warhammer. There's a lot of Warhammer. Anyways, underwater bookshelves, please, says Theo. No, but Theo, the books will get all wet. The books will get all wet. I don't know how to waterproof them. I mean, you're right, but how do you waterproof them? I don't know. I'm gonna have to work on it. Anyways, hi Theo, welcome in. How's it going? It's so good to see you. Welcome in. Hello. Samantha says speedrun bookshelf, so audiobooks at 2 times speed. Yeah, exactly. Perfect. Anyway. But they're magical books, maybe, says Theo. Oh, okay. Well, if it's magical books, that's totally different. I can just do that. Anywho. Speaking of coming back in November, I have an announcement to make. I hope it's not too early to make the announcement, because I realize we're fairly early into stream, so people are probably still kind of shuffling on in. But, y'all, I do have an announcement to make, and I'm very excited for it. You may or may not have seen, but the Stream Inc. prompt list for 2024 has been released today! And guess what? I'm a featured streamer again! And guess what? My day is on October 7th, and my word is blustery. I thought it would be a fun word because it feels real autumnal, and you can do all kinds of fun little scenes with it. I don't know what I'm going to paint for it, but I'm sure it'll be lots of fun. But yeah, the prompt list is super, super fun. For anyone who's not familiar with what the deal is with streaming, I'm going to pop a link to the page that has all of the info, including the prompt list, so the various social media accounts for Stream Inc. itself, as well as the stream team, so you can go follow any of the other artists who are participating in the Stream Inc. prompt list this year. Participating in, like, doing the prompts and making art for them and sharing it is open to absolutely anyone who wants to do it. I highly encourage checking it out if that's the kind of thing that you think might inspire you. It is a lot of fun. You don't have to do all of them. You can just do one if you want to, if it takes your interest. It's all good. If you do decide to share it, do, like, hashtag and stuff so we can find it and tell our friends and tell you how good your art is and all that stuff. I'm so looking forward to seeing what people come up with this year. We've got some really, really fun words. It's going to be an amazing time. I think it takes place over the month of October. There are 31 prompts, 31 streamers. I'm really excited. This is one of my favorite parts of the year. I get to do 31 days worth of art in the space of 31 days. And it's a reasonably large undertaking, but it is such a fun time, and it's produced some of my very favorite things. So that's all good. I might actually just hold up. might just pop it on stream. This is my Instagram. As you can see, I finally posted the Baba Yaga station, which, I don't know. I think it turned out pretty cute. I hope people think it turned out pretty cute. Don't think too hard about the logistics of it, because you'll do your brain in. But this is the Stream Inc. Sort of landing page, including the prompt list, which has such fun words. There's shrimp on day 2. I don't know what I'm going to do for shrimp. I might just do a self-portrait of me hunched over my work with my tiny pencil doing a sketch. Because that feels appropriate. But there's a lot of really good stuff on here. There's some very, very fun stuff indeed, and I'm very excited to honestly, I have no ideas yet of what I'm going to do for any of these, so your guess is as good as mine as to what I'm going to come up with for any of these prompts. But if you decide to do any of these prompts, I really look forward to seeing what you get up to. But yeah, there's all of the good links here. There's a Discord if you want to go hang out there as well as all of the socials, and the Twitch team where you can find all of my fellow streamers doing the thing. Dinosaur, says Samantha. Hell yeah, dinosaur. Very excited to get to do dinosaur, first of all. Also goose, which is a specific type of dinosaur, and is also made of chaos. I have a bit of an idea of what I might do for dinosaur, and not for dinosaur, for goose, rather. And it is going to be extremely chaotic, because I come from Canada, the home of the Canada goose, and therefore I know quite rightly to be afraid of them. So, there you go. Anyways, I'm just pointing my 2 index fingers because I'm just noticing the way that they both kind of curve inwards, and so when you put them together, they're not straight up and down. They deviate a bit. Anyways, is that normal? Is that normal finger behavior for them to kind of do that? I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna stop showing you my hands because now I'm getting self-conscious about them. Please don't look at my hands too much. They're weird. Anyways, moving on. There's a little shiny spot here. I'm wondering if that's just, that was a little bit of residual, masking fluid, so it's good I got rid of that. So yeah, we're doing something a little scary today, and I'm a little nervous about it, because I need to apply the sparkle to the mermaids' tails. Almost wondering if I should do the tiny ones first. Almost wondering if I should do a test. You know what? Actually, yeah. I'm gonna do a little test on this little bit of paper here. I'm going to take a little bit of the Prussian blue, and I'm going to just paint a little bit with it on a little swatchy, just in this blank spot here. And then I'm going to go over it with the sparkly paint, because that's how we're going to do it. I've already painted the color in, and then we're going to go in with the sparkly paint, which is quite translucent on the top of it. The idea / thinking here being that I want to get the nice sort of combination of like the color and how it interacts with the color of the ink that I used. I used ink, I decided, rather than like a watercolor type paint underneath, because I arrived at the conclusion that these ones, I noticed some of the paints wanted to lift a little bit when I put the sparkly paint on top of it, and ink is very, very nice and permanent when it's dry. And I think I would prefer that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to kind of see how best to actually apply the sparkle to the top of it, rather than going straight in onto the painting. Araneka says, are we nervous? We are! We are, Araneka! We are nervous! We are so nervous. I've got the nerves. Heck. Anyways, I'm sure it'll be okay, but I'm still nervous. Anyways, how are you doing? It's lovely to see you. Welcome on in. Hello, hello, hello. Hope you're having a beautiful Monday. Aoife says, all the geese that I ever met seemed very organized. Like some kind of immigration enforcement SWAT team trying to get me out of their space. Oh, that's not where I thought that statement was gonna go, but you know what? I get it. I agree. They can be quite, They can be quite particular. I mean, these. So the place where I saw, so I was on a little family visit this weekend, and we went for a little hike walk situation together to this beautiful location that had like sort of a river and a pond, and there were just loads of like swans and ducks and geese and pigeons hanging out in this pond. There was also a little like farm shop nearby that sold like little baggies of like swan and goose and duck food, so you could buy little bags of bird snacks and then you know, toss them into the pond for the waterfowl to enjoy, which is super fun and cute, except for the fact that you know, I do worry about that sort of creating sort of I don't know, like an overfamiliarity slash aggression potentially in those birds, for like, if they get used to like, a human is here, I'm going to get fed, and then you don't have food for them, are they gonna get crappy at you, you know? Like, a swan can seriously injure you. With their beaks are very strong. So that did make me a little bit nervous. But it seemed chill. It seemed okay. There were a lot of kids and dogs around. It was a lovely time. But did make me nervous because I am familiar with I've seen like a goose and swan aggression. Samantha says, I miss getting hissed at by mama geese as I walk past their floofy little goslings. I mean, you know what? I respect that they're very protective of their children, at least, but like, you know, also scary. Aoife says, oh my god, Gosling is a baby goose. Yes, so Ryan Gosling is cute. So now Ryan Gosling is cute, also not just funny and handsome. I mean, listen, the first thing that I saw Ryan Gosling in was a sort of children / teen sitcom in Canada called, Ready or Not, in which he plays not the love interest of one of the show's about like two teenage girls who are best friends, or like preteen to teenage girls who are best friends. And one of them develops a romantic interest in Ryan Gosling's character's best friend. And so the other two, like the other best friend girl and Ryan Gosling, are forced to sort of like hang out as like a double date situation. And they don't like each other at all. They're like, this feels weirdly enforced, and do you want to just go home? Yeah, okay, bye. It was really awkward. But yeah, anyway, so that's the first thing that I saw Ryan Gosling in. And yeah, I would say he was cute in as much as like a 12-year-old boy is cute. Like, it's just adorable. Anyways, Aeroneka says, wrong. I'm not nervous. I'm doing great. After a great weekend. I'm so glad to hear you had a great weekend. And I hope your Monday is continuing to be good, and I hope the rest of your week is good. That's awesome. Ryan Gosling is his stage name. His original name was Ryan Baby Goose. Oh my goodness. Why would you not keep that name? That's so much better. What the heck? Anyways, swans are also pretty and elegant and 90% neck. They are very much neck. There is so much neck. There's a lot of neck. Also, I quite like, I used to like the band Swans quite a bit. I saw the guy from the band Swans once did a solo show at a church in Toronto, and he was dressed like a simple country doctor with his acoustic guitar. And if you've ever heard the band Swans, you can guess how much, if you were not familiar with this man's oeuvre and he came out with his acoustic guitar looking like a simple country doctor, how very surprised you would be with the volume that man managed to produce. Like, the show ended 2 songs early because his string broke on his guitar. Because he broke it. So, there you go. Swans are just water giraffes, or are giraffes just land swans? Asks Aoife. That is a good question. And the answer is a resounding, I don't know. I just don't know. Sammy Ann says, hello. Sorry I didn't write. I am just coming over quietly. And I read that quietly. Because you stated it was quiet. In any case, no sorries necessary. It's wonderful to see you. Welcome in. How are you doing? It's good to see you. Happy Monday. Hope you're having a good Monday. And hi. Hello. You are. No one is under any obligations to raid, by the way. You could just come say hi. You don't even have to stream to pop in. You can just hang out. It's all good. Don't worry about it. Samantha says, just imagining a giant swan the size of a giraffe now. I would like to see it, but I would also like to see it from an extremely safe distance. Neko says, was on a barbecue Saturday, and then on a date where I fell asleep 2 times. Oh, that sounds so relaxing, though. I hope it was in a good way. Samantha says it is magnificent. Hell yeah. Sammy said that is some enthusiastic playing. It was wild. It was intense. It was one of the best shows I've ever been to. I still have very powerful memories of that show and that night and being there. It was amazing. Theo says the first thing I saw Ryan Gosling in was Murder by Numbers, I think. I don't know that one. Nice. Oh my gosh, it's Labor Day. Hello, Labor Day. Today is Labor Day, apparently. Happy Labor Day, everybody. For those who observe, happy Labor Day. Yeah, welcome to Labor Day, where I'm working. Hey! I'm so sorry to hear that you're tired. I hope that you are able to avail yourself of an opportunity to rest. So there you go. It's not cute, says the... Oh, I mean, it's got murder in the name, so I'm not surprised. Okay, this looks like it's dry. Ooh. This color is so pretty, isn't it? This is Prussian blue. It's such a pretty color. You'll be seeing more of this during Stream Inc., in which I am participating, and the list was released today for anyone who missed it earlier. I can't remember if I have a Stream Inc. command up and running yet. I do! Yay! Except it's wrong because that's from last year, so please ignore that. My day is October 7th and my prompt word is blustery. Anyways, Prussian blue is a fabulous blue, says Sammy. And I know, it's so pretty, isn't it? It's fantastic. Anyways, this is still actually slightly damp, so I can't do anything with it. We're just gonna have to wait. Like painting with numbers, a kid-friendly, easy-to-follow, step-by-step murder kit. Yay! That sounds bad. Murder is generally not a good thing. Genuinely not sure I've seen anything Ryan Baby Goose was in other than Barbie, says Samantha. I haven't seen Barbie. I'm trying to think if I've seen anything that he's been in apart from that, like, teen show that he was in. And am I right in thinking that that was him? I'm sure it was. Hold on. Let me just make sure that that was actually him. Yes, it was. Okay, hold up. Hold up. Let me find... I have not seen The Notebook, Sammy Ann. I can't speak for anyone else in chat, but I have not seen The Notebook. I'm not sure when that came out, but I was busy. Right, okay. I'm so... Okay, I found it. This is the first thing. This is the first thing that I saw Ryan Gosling in. Okay, not this. This is the Stream Inc. prompt list again. The link is there if you want to check out this year's prompt list. But this teen drama, and he had that hair. A baby. Oh, I did see Lars in The Real Girl. I did see that movie. Okay, so I have seen something that he was in apart from that teen drama. So, there you go. Detective Pikachu, that was Reynolds. That was the one who is the, who has, like, a football team, and... I don't know. It seems like he owns companies as much as he is, like, an actor these days. That seems to be a popular thing for actors who are in a lot of popular things. Sammy wants to know, Degrassi, was he in Degrassi? I don't think he was in Degrassi. But now I'm not 100% sure. I did once run into Spike and Caitlin from Degrassi at a bar in Toronto. Because that happens when you're in Toronto, apparently. Anyways, but yes. Anyways, Reynolds is Deadpool. I don't. I haven't seen the newest one, despite the fact that I have Deadpool branded water, because I'm very not good at. I haven't been to the cinema since like 2021. I don't think. Anyways, wow. Samantha says, "Did you know you could Google Ryan Baby Goose and it returns Ryan Gosling? Not saying this is evidence I'm right about his real name, but I'm not saying." Oh my god, can you imagine? That's so cute. Good for you, Ryan Baby Goose. I hope he's having a nice day. Yeah. Great. Okay, so it's very humid in here because look at how sweaty this water bottle is. There is way too much water on the outside of this water bottle. It is very humid here right now, which is probably why it was so warm coming into the studio. I don't know why it's so humid in here. Anyways, I do apologize also if you can hear 3D printer noises. That cannot be helped. Okay, I'm gonna... Is that pretty stuck on there? I think that's pretty stuck on there. Okay, I want to try a couple of things with my sparkle paint. And I want to see, because I haven't used this paint from dry, because I used it out of the tube before, so. How well does it reactivate? How well does it pick up? How well does it, oh, hello. How well does it overlay? Okay. Okay, that's just picking some up straight out of the tube. Is that picking up any of the... That's not shifting any of the color underneath, which is really, really good. He was not in Degrassi. Okay, I didn't think so. He's rolled his eyes at me for suggesting such a thing. That's fair. I mean, there were a lot of cast members in Degrassi, in fairness. I'm gonna see what happens if I kind of use a lot of water instead of a little bit of water. How does that look? I'm gonna have to change my paint water once I've finished doing all of the shimmery bits. Because when I do line weighty stuff, I'm gonna want it to not be shimmery. And here's what it looks like if I pre-wet and then add shimmers. Okay, so what I'm getting is these all look pretty nice. I think it just depends on the grade of the amount of shimmeriness I want in it. And it's really hard to visually demonstrate. But this one's definitely the most concentrated. Do I like the way that it looks the most? I don't know. Or do I want it to be a little bit more subtle? Good question. I think I maybe want it to be a little bit more subtle. It doesn't need to be, like, really thick. I think I want it to be a little bit translucent on top of there. But that being said, the sort of, the more shimmery is still translucent. This one is, I feel like the shimmer is barely picking up on camera on the one that I put a lot of wet down sort of as a base layer first. So I might not make it super watery before I add the shimmer then. Because that is looking, in real life, these two don't look that different. But looking at it on the camera, it does look very, very... There is a definite difference. Anyways, Lino, hello and welcome for the lurk. Welcome to the stream and thank you for the lurk. I can talk. All of my sentences are blurring together. I'm so sorry. I'm very tired. But it's very nice to see you, and oi oi savalois to you too. Hello. Thank you for the lurk. Okay. I'm going to catch up with chat while this dries, and once it dries down, I can make sort of an assessment as to how I want to paint this in. I don't really want the shimmer to look super brush strokey, so I think if I can maybe if I just dribble some wetness into the actual pans first, let it activate a bit, and then pick up a nice amount of it that way, that might work better, because I don't want it to look super full of brush strokes, but I like the amount of shimmer that I'm getting from this first stripe. Anywho, catching up with chat. Aoife says, we have a hill around here. Supposedly below there is a kingdom of dwarves guarding a solid gold jewel-encrusted stag. I want to befriend the dwarves! That's so cool. I love them already. This hill is a very local, small nature-protected area because on this single hill grows a flower that's apparently only growing on the... That's so cool! I'm not saying that as evidence for the dwarf story, but it's enough for me. That is so cool, Aoife! That's awesome! The dwarves are doing an amazing job, and they should feel very proud. That's so cool! Sammy Ann says, could you mix the shimmer paint with the base color? Ooh! How would that look? Okay, I'm gonna need to... Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna try and plop down sort of a blobbit of the shimmer here and add just the tiniest amount. I'm not sure this is gonna work in practice for this piece just because we've created like, oh, that's way too big of a blob of the ink because it's quite strong. But I'm gonna see what it looks like mixed together because that's a really good shout. I'm just gonna use a little strip of area up here to see how this looks. I think this is a slightly different effect to what I was gonna go for, but it is worth knowing in future if that looks cool. There we go. Okay, I'll let that dry down. Because I've got like some funky gradients and stuff going, I don't think I can really do that without affecting the integrity of said gradients that I'm going to be painting over here. But this is a good test. This is a useful test. How does that make it look? I think that kind of... I don't want to say it like buries the shimmer, but you don't really get the same... You don't really get the same effect. It's definitely like a shimmery blue, but it's just kind of made it like... It's just kind of made it the blue color but shiny, as opposed to like, oh, it's blue. Oh, now it's violet. Oh, now it's blue. So, But a good test. A good test. And it's good to look at these things and prove them. I'm going to take my little tissue here and just get rid of this because I don't think I need more of the Prussian blue, so I shall reuse that space. Cool. Anyways, this paint water is so sparkly already. Ruh-roh. This paint water is so sparkly already that oh, I don't know if you can see the shimmers sort of swirling around. Oh, yes, you can! That's super pretty, but I'm gonna have to change the paint water before I do, like, line weights and stuff. Because once you put something shimmery into your paint water, that's shimmery paint water forever and ever now. Sparkling paint water, so fancy. Oh, yes. Aoife says, the other is split in half, and if you go through... I would never fit at the right time and of moon or something. You can enter a fairy realm. I love old local legend. Oh man! Oh man, I want to go to the fairy realm! That'd be rad as heck. Curious for the sake of water, says Sammy, and I didn't realize you were making mermaid scales. Hell yeah, it's September mermaid. I don't know how to turn September into... it doesn't work as well as mermaid, but I'm finishing mermaid paintings in September, okay? Anyways. I wonder if... should I start with the little ones or the big ones, I wonder? I think I might start with the teeny tiny little ones, because... Well, maybe you'll notice less if things go a little bit pear-shaped. I don't know. I'm just gonna plomp a little bit of just water just on the top of them to... maybe activate the paint a little bit before we start. These mermaid tails are teeny tiny. Mertember, says Samantha. Sammy Ann says September. And Theo says, Septem... Septem... I cannot read. Have a literature degree, cannot read. Oh, Biddle, I tried my best. I love them all. Magic potion, faint water, says Sammy Ann. Yes, the magic that we are going to create is, I'm gonna paint some mer people's beautiful shimmery tails, hopefully. Okay. Okay, I'm feeling a little bit skittish about this. Because the gradient of these, like, tail colors already looks real beautiful. So what I want for this is to be translucent enough that you can see the colors underneath it, but also enough of its own thing that it brings an added layer of specialness, a slightly fantastical element to the piece. Ooh, sparkles. I think that's honestly quite that's more subtle than I was expecting, actually. That's quite subtle. I can probably do a second pass, actually. Hold on, let me pick up some more of this. Let me pick up some more of this. Adding a little bit more. It's probably easier to get it to not look like brush strokey and stuff here, since it's such a small space. Okay. There we go. That's better. I mean, part of the shine right now is the fact that it's still wet, so it's not necessarily 100% indicative of how it'll look when it's dry, but I'm hoping it'll look kind of like this. Like, you're just watching me move paper around a lot. I don't know how much this really picks up on camera. I hope so, anyways. Sammy Ann is doing a lurk while getting some noms while watching. Of course, I hope you have a lovely, lovely lurk, and I hope that your noms are super, super nommy as well. Okay. Please dry down so I can see how you look. Maybe this is also just such a small surface area that it's hard to see, but I don't know. I think this looks pretty. I think this looks pretty. There's definitely, like, a little bit of sparkle to it, a little bit of shine. It definitely gives a little bit of violetness on top of it, which is good. So I think I might leave... Oh! Okay, actually, I found the angle which, for me, I can really see what this is doing. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm digging it. That's good. Good job, me. Okay. So, I am going to switch to Oceanic, which is such a cool... This is such a neat color. Because it's this, like, teal... It has a base of this, like, teal color, and it kind of shifts into, like, gold when the light hits it. So, it's really lovely. And I hope it will look lovely on this merm. It certainly... I like the way that it looked on, like, these sorts of colors, which are the colors that I've used for this mermaid's tail. So hopefully this will look real pretty. But who knows? I don't... It's got these little fins. I mean, this one definitely, I feel like, changes the base tail color quite a bit more. Because it's got that, like... It does give it that sort of, like, greenish overtone. But you can still see the, like, gold underneath, and then you get, like, the gold sprinkles when the light hits it. So I hope that's okay. Oh, no. Oh, no, I hope it's okay. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. I hope it's okay. Should I wait for these to dry down before I start the other ones, or should I just jump on in? I honestly don't know. I'm gonna need a bigger brush for the other one, certainly. At the very least, I'm going to need a bigger brush because significantly more surface area. But yeah, I think we can move on to the next one. I really like this. I think it's quite cool. I think that's worked really, really well. And I hope that this will turn out cute once we're finished with, like, the line weight and stuff. I'm still really nervous. I'm still really nervous. I'm gonna add just another little bit of water on the top there. Just to make it nice and active, I guess. Okay. Alright. And when I'm done with the shimmery stuff, I'm basically gonna have to go clean, like, fully clean my brushes, change my paint water, do all that stuff, because this water is just absolutely filled to the brim with sparkles now. Which is cool, but also, you know, not mega practical. Wondering if I should maybe pre-wet these tails a little bit. So I'm gonna, because why not? Just because it is a larger space, and I really don't want this to be plagued with, like, obvious brush strokes. And I think if the surface is a little bit dampened first, but it looks like this ink is holding and not bleeding too much or anything, or lifting with the added water, which is also really, really good. Okay. It does. I don't want it to be, like, sopping wet, because I'm not doing, like, a mega wet wash or anything, but prepare for this color to change. Thunderpup, hello! Welcome in. How are you doing? It is very, very lovely to see you. Welcome on in. I am about to apply Oceanic on top of this little goldfish guy's merm tail, and I'm just really hoping I don't ruin this mermaid. Okay, well, so far so cute. It's definitely, I knew it was gonna make, sort of give a slightly greenish cast to the, like, orangey yellowy bits, which I honestly think gives it somewhat more of, like, a gold look than just, like, bright orange, which for, you know, it's a gold fish, kind of. That works, right? That makes sense. I feel like that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. That's what I'm telling myself anyways. Alright. Anyways, how's everybody else doing? How are your weekends? What you been up to since last time I was here? When last I was here, I was attempting to defeat Pantheon 4 in Hollow Knight, because Friday streams are game streams normally, and that's what we did this Friday. Spoiler alert, I didn't do it. But we'll come back to it this Friday and continue trying. And maybe this time we'll do it. Who knows? I'm not going to discount the possibility that we may succeed. We may also fail, but may it be a spectacular failure. That would be neat. Anyways, I went outside the lines a little bit just there, which, not ideal, but whatever. It'll be fine. It'll all come out in the wash. It's all good. Okay. How brush strokey does that look? It does a little bit. Alright, how do I fix the brush strokiness of it? Do I just more water? Do I just add more water until it doesn't look like it's got brush strokes on it? Maybe that's what I do. More water is usually a good amount of water, I think. Especially when you're dealing with an underwater situation, which is exactly what this is. There, I did also get some little scale trail going up his little tummy, so I might just apply some tiny amounts of sparkle there, just for funsies. Yay! Funsies! Okay, how does that look? Well, it looks a little. You know what it looks? It looks kind of like. It looks kind of like antique copper. Like it's got that kind of vibe to it as well. Ooh, but it's definitely. I can see like the shine coming out as the bits dry down, which is real pretty. So yeah, I think this is gonna work. I think this works really well, actually. I will probably. The gentle merman that he is. He is the gentlest of mermen. Yes, absolutely a gentle merman. I'm gonna add some little like scale details and that kind of thing in line weight once these sections are dry. So hopefully that will help to sell the whole, hey, it fish. This little buddy is a fish. At least I hope so. Um, but no, so far I think that's pretty cute. I think that's gonna work. I like it. Okay, good. I was worried because when I painted in like the just like the flat colors of the tails, I was like, oh no, it's pretty. Am I gonna ruin it if I add other stuff to it? And the answer is no. I don't think it's gonna be ruined. I think it's gonna be just fine. I do want at least the tail portion, like the bottom end of the tail portion, the little fins, to kind of dry down just a smidge before I do the next color. Just because I don't want them to like bleed into each other because they are two very different shades of sparkle. As you can see from here, this is oceanic, which sparkles quite gold, and this is violet fantasy, which sparkles like a very pale sort of lilac, sort of lavendery color, which you can also see on these guys now that they're all dry. Oh no, it's cute. I feel like because they're so teensy, it's almost kind of hard to see. It also, I find, my experience tells me, unfortunately, these things just don't look as good on, like, cameras, on the internet, anything like that, as they do in person. So why do I do it? Because I get to look at it and it looks real nice. I don't sell originals very often, but maybe I should do some sparkly mermaid, just like little original pieces. For my like Patreon original art tier. My Patreon original art tier, I'm working on some werewolves right now because I have an ink called Werewolf Blood. And I think that's fun. Here's in various stages of werewolf transformation. So this guy's still kind of a guy, but he's got Toby in. So stupid. But I'm having fun with it, okay? So, it's fine. Anyways. Okay, I'm trying to clear as much sparkle as I can out of this before I start painting the next lot of sparkle, which is our violet fantasy sparkles on this guy's tail. I think, can I safely do that yet? I wonder. Maybe. I feel like, okay, there's a weird, like, gap in sparkle, actually, on the, on this fin here. I'm not sure how that happened, but there's this one patch that just doesn't seem to have any sparkles. So, I'm gonna try and just manually add some sparkle back into that spot. That's really, really strange. I don't know how that happened. Because I definitely painted it all in. It definitely seemed like it was sparkly before, but now it's properly sparkly. Okay, awesome. Love that for us. Anyways. Alright, I think I can safely make a start on painting in our violet, not violent, violet fantasy. Which apparently the first time I painted with these, a lot of people misheard as violent fantasy, and no, this is a very non-violent community of merms. They're very gentle. No violent fantasies here, just violet fantasies. Very gentle, and in this case, very gay. Okay, so I'm just plopping down a little base layer of mostly unsparkly water, but there's a little sparkles got in, that's fine. Just to try and really minimize the instance of brush marks, because I think it'll just look nicer if we don't have brush marks. There's some really nice sort of textural interactions that the ink has had with the water in places, and I would love for that to kind of shine through this shimmer. I don't know how much it's going to, but I think it would be very, very cool if it did. So let's see what we can do. Adding a nice translucent but comprehensive layer of shine and sparkles and fun duochrome stuff. These paints cost like 12 pounds a tube, so I don't know, they'd better do a good job because I'm poor. And this was a very silly impulse purchase, but hopefully it goes well. Violent Fantasy Kobold Blue, says Samantha. Yes, all of the totally correct names of colors here. That just does make it sound like a D&D campaign. Anyways. Though I have to say, as a D&D player, my instinct is always towards, is there a way I can de-escalate this without having to go into combat? And then sometimes I'll end up playing with people who are like, you encounter a small group of, half-elves playing a card game quietly in a clearing in the woods, and someone's like, I opened fire! I started throwing arrows at them! And I'm like, why? They haven't done anything to you! Well, I guess we're in combat now, and then we just murdered a bunch of half-elves for no reason. Anyways. But you know what? Whatever your playstyle, they're all valid, and it's all good. Even if, why would you do that? No! They were gonna give you a fun quest. You know? I actually think this is sitting quite nicely on top of this blurple gradient. I feel like blurple should be a word even if it isn't. You know. Between blue and purple, the colors where you can't really decide whether is this blue or is it purple, because, you know, depending on who you ask, it could be either of them. That kind of thing. That's blurple. That's where blurple lives. I say, why not? Why not blurple? Honestly, I'd say blurple is one of my favorite colors. Not just because it's fun to say, it is also very, very fun to say blurple. Good news, the new version of D&D fixes that by removing half-elves, says Lino. Yeah, I've heard about this, that, like, half is going out the window, but functionally, what does that mean? Because, I mean, I played a kind of a mixed origin individual in one campaign, or no, it wasn't a campaign, it was just a one-shot, but I played a mixed origin character in as much as the genasi are kind of inbuilt, that they have one parent who's a human and one parent who's, like, an elemental. So you have, like, water genasi, air genasi, fire genasi, earth genasi, and heart genasi. But because I'm me, and I'm like, I can't just, well, the one thing that always bothered me about sort of the half character type is that it's always half human, half something else, and that suggests that, like, I don't know, no water elementals are out here making love to a halfling, or, you know, like, what if a dwarf and an elf fell in love and wanted to make a little baby with each other? Where does that fall into, like, stat blocks and character traits? And I think the answer for me anyways is to try and come up with something that would plausibly have some of the, like, you know, special traits of a dwarf and some of the special traits of an elf, and kind of sort of trade off in that way, so that you're not, like, accidentally maxed out your character with, like, ridiculously good stats in everything, for instance, because that feels like cheating. But if you just want to say, like, you know, I grew up in a very mixed family with, you know, sort of a dwarf mommy and an elf daddy, like, why not? Anyways. I love that. I think that's so fun. These tails are looking so beautiful, says Theo. Oh, thank you so much. I'm trying my best. Anyways. They're just not in the 5.5 EPHB, says Lino. You can still play them by playing them from the 5 EPHB. Yeah! And like, why not? Anyways. You can now essentially just decide your character is a mixed heritage, says Samantha. You just have to decide on one of the two heritage traits. Yes! Okay, cool. Cool. Because I think that's fun. Because I really enjoyed playing a halfling genasi for the, like, 3 hours I did. They were very fun. But yeah, anyways. So that's good to know. I mean, it doesn't really affect me immediately, but I don't know, it may affect future games, I guess. Anyways. Delicious. Samantha says Pathfinder 2nd edition allows for mix and matching traits from any two lineages. Also cool. I mean, the thing is, you're playing this at home with your friends, so you can essentially do whatever you want as long as, like, the DM and your other, like, fellow players are on board with it anyways, as far as I'm concerned. You know, I've played in rooms with people where it's just been mutually decided upon that we're just going to ignore this thing because none of us want to deal with it. Or, you know, we're going to ignore this thing, or we're going to introduce this thing because it'd be more interesting for us, that kind of thing. But yeah, anyways. Plurp. So we have some merms, they're very shiny. I might have to take an early BRB to change my water, because it is very, very sparkly. I don't think I want to add any more sparkle to this at this point. I think it is sufficiently... look at... Oh my god, look at them shine. Look at them shine! Look at them shine. It's like looking at fishies. It's like looking at fishies. It's so nice. But anyways, I think I'm going to leave these, and then I'm going to come back, do sort of some shading, do all of the, like, outlines and line weight and stuff, and make these pieces feel a little bit more complete, and then they'll be done. Oh, yeah, Lino says, owner about a half-elf, half-goblin in the city. The gate captain. Yes! Yeah, they were great! An absolute friend. Am I right in thinking, yeah, of course I befriended them. I definitely befriended them. I'm very, my D&D character in my main campaign where a certain member of chat is our DM, is a goblin, and they're very cool. They're very cool. You know that they're cool because they wear a leather biker vest anyways. But anyways, yes, and they pointed us towards the soup kitchen where we ate goblin soup and had a nice time, and it was delightfully chaotic, and it was very, very fun. A very joyous session indeed, and the soup was delicious. The soup was delicious. I can't remember. I don't know. I can't remember. I wish I could tell you exactly what kind of soup I had. I don't remember. There were a few options. There were vegetarian options for sure. Some kind of delicious goblin. Oh yes, goblin soup is not made of goblins, but by goblins. Yes, let's be clear. Probably some kind of delicious like vegetarian goblin boil up for me, please and thank you. Delightful. Maybe throw in a handful of barley for fiber. For my little gobbo tum tum. Anyways, also this texture. Anyways, now I want soup. I'm having soup for dinner, as a matter of fact, so that's good. I'm having miso soup. But before I do, and whilst these are just about getting dry, I'm gonna drop a super quick BRB so that I can go change my paint water and thoroughly clean out the brushes I've used so far, so that we can actually do the rest, of the painting without bad things happening. So, but yes, I will be back very shortly. Apologies for if you're hearing the sound of the ice cream van. That sparkly paint water looks like a mana potion, says Lino. Oh, okay, hang on. I did do this earlier. I'm gonna see if I can do this for camera. Camera, catch up to me. I'm gonna see if I can get it to do the thing. Can you see it swirl? Okay, it's looking less so because the paint water's got, like, more bits in it, but, it was definitely doing a nice sparkly swirl before. Now it just kind of looks... There's so much sparkle in it that I feel like it almost looks kind of chunky, but oh well. Never mind, I tried. So, I'm gonna let these dry back down because they've done their job. They've done a good job, I think. Thank you so much, Duochrome Paints. They're by Daniel Smith, if anybody wants to try painting with such things. Not sponsored, but, like, if Daniel Smith wants to sponsor the stream, I will use so many of your watercolors, especially if you give them to me for free, because they're very expensive and I don't have any money. Okay, thank you. No. Okay, 1 second, everybody, 1 second. I have actually been given, hopefully, a means, with which to, catch those nasty creatures before they actually can post, but I haven't implemented it yet because I was away all weekend. So, hopefully that'll be the case soon. Anyways, I'm gonna drop a super quick BRB. I hope you enjoy the BRB stuff. The BRB song is not playing yet, so I'm gonna mute myself and then fade that in, and I'll be back in like a minute after I've finished cleaning my brushes. So, back in a minute. What are you talking about? Terrible drawing time's been there the whole time. Hi everybody, I'm back. Hello. Anyways, I see, Linus said, oh yeah, a lot of the new player's handbook is going straight out the window. And you know what? That's one of the things that I think is the joy of tabletop RPGs, is that you can just choose to, if something is like a stupid rule, or they've implemented something in the gameplay that you're just like, I don't want to do that, you can just choose not to do that. You can just say, nah, I'm gonna not do that. like who's gonna stop you? Are the rules lawyers gonna come to your house and being like, hey, your home game that you're playing amongst friends, you're doing it wrong? No! No, go away. Anyways, I'm back, hello. Let's take a look and see how these are looking now that they're pretty much dry. Ooh, look at them shine. Look at them shine. Oh, they're so shiny. They're so shiny. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm very happy with these sparkly, but oh my god. Look at this. Oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. Yay. Aoife says, the song is just squeezing my tear duct in a good way each time. You'd think I'd get used to it. No, I get it. It's a beautiful song. That composer has written a number of really beautiful pieces. I have a number of them in my things I enjoy to use when I make the content rotation, justifying putting my Epidemic Sound subscription to good use. Just notice I cleaned the heck out of this palette, and yet there was still some residual sparkle on here. No! No. Okay, I think that's got all of it. I think that the palette, at least, is okay. I think we're safe to go ahead with the everything else. I, like, triple, quadruple, a gazillionth washed my... Now, this poor paint pot is so gross from just, like, residual paint stuff that has just stained it over the years. But it's still a perfectly good piece of plastic, so I don't want to throw it away because I'm trying to reduce waste here, okay? It looks gross, but it's clean, I promise. Anyways, if you play the game wrong, wizards will call the Pinkertons to come to your house and steal your source book, says Samantha. Oh, that's okay, I never look at the source books, are you kidding? I mean, really. I think that's one of the things that intimidates me about about trying, like, other RPGs that I haven't played that are of a level of complexity, actually, is that, I cannot say, as someone who's been playing Dungeons and Dragons for a good several years now, it's not as though I ever sat down and read the player's handbook cover to cover. You know, I went and found information on sort of the relevant things that I needed to know about, and a lot of it was absorbed by osmosis. It's useful. It's a useful resource. But also, I honestly don't think sitting down and reading the whole thing. I think if I had tried to just sit down and read the whole thing cover to cover, I think I would have just gotten intimidated and been like, oh, this is too complicated and I can't do it. There was another RPG that I had considered joining a campaign of a few years ago, and I was like, oh, this sounds really fun and neat. And then I started looking at, like, I started reading through the handbook of, like, the lore and the world building and the rules and all of this stuff, and I was like, it was just so much information that I was so intimidated by it that I ended up deciding that no, this is too large of an investment for me. I can't do it. And I'm really glad that I didn't do that with Dungeon Dragons, because I've been playing it for years and I have a really fun time every time I do. And I know just enough stuff to be able to do it, hopefully without being too annoying to my other players. Though I may well be annoying to my other players. I don't know. I hope not. People keep inviting me to play with them, so I'm going to guess that not. The other RPGs that I've played have been significantly more, like, rules light. Like, for instance, if you've ever played something called You Awaken in a Strange Place, you can watch me playing that on my friend's YouTube channel. Let me just make sure I get the URL right, because I will link to that in the chat. And you should also just go give him a follow, because he's fun. Oh, come on. Okay. Is YouTube doing that weird thing where I have to put the @ sign before the username, and then it will send you in the direction? Anyways, yes. There we go. This is my friend Kirby's channel, and you can find, among many, many other very cool things, me playing a totally improvised RPG. It's a lot of fun. Anywho, Lino says, D&D is a needlessly complex game. It does very much need neatening up. I'm getting the 5.5 edition book later this month, so hopefully some of it will make things easier. I do appreciate easierness. I think a lot of the games that I've played in and a lot of the people that I've played with across various, like, one-shots and occasional games and what have you will just choose to ignore certain things, or maybe I'm just ignoring them and I'm not actually supposed to. I don't know. We'll just ignore certain things that are just, like, to be honest, it just kind of makes things too complicated, so let's just, this is fine, whatever. Anyways. Lino says, I am here for the confidence of, among other cool things, me! No, I'm not cool. I'm not cool. I'm wearing pajamas right now, okay? Listen. No, that's not what I meant. No. Please don't think I think I'm cool, because I very much do not. Okie dokie. I need to try and figure out how I'm gonna do the line weight for these, because I haven't really thought that, because these are like gradients, and normally I do my line weight in the same color of the thing that I'm outlining, but like bolder. So I'm gonna have fun trying to do that with, like, the gradients, but I think I can probably try and fudge it reasonably well, at least, in a way that doesn't make it look weird. Cross fingers. I think I'm gonna leave the line weight of the actual, like, merm tails for the very end, just because. Linus says, I know it was a slip of a tongue, but also no, you're no! No, you! Hey! Anyways. Wearing pajamas is cool. I mean, I would certainly be more warm if I was wearing heavier fabrics than my light pajam jam trousers, so it's true that they're keeping me a little bit cooler from that perspective, so there's also that. Anyways. My point is, I don't know how much shading I can get in on this because it's so tittle teensy. I honestly have no idea. But should I try and do a little bit of shading, or is it just gonna look weird because they're so tiny and I should just leave the colors a bit flat and do proper shading on the bigger one over there? I think I'm gonna do just the teeny tiniest amount of shading, but just the tiniest amount, and it's gonna be it's gonna be so subtle that you're not gonna be able to see it anyways. Yay! I mean, this brush is tiny to begin with. This is also a new brush. This is not a brush that I was using before, so there is I know for sure that this brush is not contaminated by sparkles, and that's a good thing. So how is this working? I think it's the trying to figure out what the heck is going on in this piece is turning out to be something of an adventure, but never mind. It's all a little bit weird, but whatever. Yeah, that shading is doing nothing. Contaminated by sparkles, says Samantha. I think you meant to say enhanced by sparkles. Well, I mean, obviously, but you know. Anyways, okay, let's just move on to actually lining doing some line weight with as fine of lines as I can manage, which hopefully will be fine enough, because these are teensy. I swear my lil guys are getting, like, increasingly lil. Like, I'm having to buy finer and finer pointed liner brushes to actually deal with the teeny tiny line weight, because it is so small. It is so incredibly little that I keep having to get even smaller paintbrushes to deal with it. Is this going to become a problem at some point? Am I gonna have one of those paintbrushes that is just literally like a single like filament, you know? Eventually you're just, yeah, exactly. Samantha says eventually you're gonna have a brush that is just a single bristle. Yep. I did see a recommended Instagram video yesterday that was someone who takes teeny tiny little glass bottles and does incredibly detailed paintings on the inside of them, and I was like, this is a level of skill that makes me angry because I'm jealous. And I'm not too small of a person to admit that that's the case here. Listen, I admire that skill, but damn, that's something that I will never be able to achieve, and that does make me feel a little bit sad about myself, because, I don't know, I don't think that I have making everything about myself disease. Except to the extent that everyone has a little bit of making everything about oneself disease. And I do think we all do to a certain extent. But sometimes I see an incredible display of skill, and instead of being inspired, I'm just like, oh, I'm never gonna be able to do that. Oh well. Never mind. But you know, I'm pretty happy with my relative level of meh. I think I'm doing the best I can with what I've got, and hoping that it's okay. Really, what more can one do than that? The answer is a resounding I don't know. I'd like to see them try that with a Klein flask, says Samantha. You know what? Me too. But also, that is also the kind of art form that tends to get shared on those sorts of, like, content aggregator sites, where they'll be like, amazing work. This artist can produce blah blah blah. And then they just don't tell you any information about like the name of the artist or where you can find the artist. Can you purchase these works from this artist? And you know, your average so-and-so will look at that and go, wow, that's amazing, and then get on with their day, and the artist has received no credit or, like, promotional consideration for it, and that makes me really angry. I have a bone to pick with, like, content aggregator pages. I have a friend who is an artist of, you know, a reasonable amount of success as an artist, and I love that for her. But she has this one piece that, is very cool, very popular, very seasonally appropriate for this time of year, and just keeps getting borrowed by Instagram pages that just exist to share, like, memes and steal other people's artwork. And they'll say things like, oh, hey, you know, like, I don't know where these came from. If this is your art, DM and I'll credit you. And then you DM them to be like, hey, this is my artwork. You didn't ask me to repost it. Could you please at the very least credit me? Or if you can't do that, then I'd like you to take it down. And then they'll just block you. And just keep on keeping on. So that is absolutely, they are just full of absolute garbage. Because they will not credit you. They will block you. And, you know, really the only thing you can do, I guess, at that point is, like, try and report them. But there's just so many, and they're just everywhere, and there's always going to be new ones that you don't know about. Thankfully, I don't think I've been targeted that much personally, because I'm not very popular, and my work isn't very good. But, you know, that's not to say it's never happened to me either. Somebody did contact me once with a listing on AliExpress, being like, hey, are you selling on AliExpress? I found this. And I was like, oh, that is decidedly not me. So thank you for letting me know. But also, the process for trying to get something removed from AliExpress on the grounds of this is my artwork and someone has stolen it and is using it without my permission is honestly terrifying. The amount of paperwork they make you sign, which is almost entirely in Chinese, and they want you to submit, like, scans of your passport and sign, oh, I can't remember what kind of form it was, but it just felt real sketchy. Like, it just felt real sketchy. I was like, I'm not, whatever you're asking me to sign over to you in order to actually create a claim does not feel, I mean, maybe it was perfectly legit, but just the amount that I should just be able to say, hi, I'm the copyright holder, here's my original piece, which was posted on this date, which this person has stolen from me. You know, here's the webpage it comes from, here are screenshots, here's, you know, like, whatever evidence that you need. This is me. But yeah, there was, like, way too much information that they wanted, and some stuff they wanted to, like, it was a lot, anyways, and it was much too complicated, and I didn't feel comfortable signing all of these legal documents, so I ended up just letting it go with the awareness of the fact that somebody might order something that has my artwork on it and receive nothing in return, because it was literally, they'd taken a screenshot of, like, my Redbubble page and had listed that. So I don't know how they were planning to, where they were planning to get the high-resolution artwork to actually print that onto a t-shirt, but good luck. Good luck. Anyways, I think that also just goes to show, I'm honestly continuously surprised by the number of people who just aren't aware of this. If you see something on, like, an Etsy shop or someplace like Redbubble, AliExpress, wherever it is, you know, any of these sort of, like, sites where any vendor can set up and sell things. If you see something on that site and you think, ooh, this is a really cute design, the art style is really cute, I love it a lot, I want to buy it, take a look at the rest of the shop. I am urging you to take a look at the rest of the shop. Because if the art style of the other items in the shop is hugely inconsistent with that one, chances are they do not own that artwork. They did not create that artwork. That artwork was stolen from a real artist, and you should not be giving them your money. And I'm not blaming anyone for falling for that, because sometimes it's really hard to tell. And you can kind of, with a lot of practice, you can kind of train yourself to spot when this is the case, but it's not always easy. So, like, I would never get mad at anybody for buying something, like, not knowing that they weren't actually purchasing from the artist or whatever, because it's really easy to not know that that's what's happening there. Just in case, I would suggest at least looking a little bit closer at the other things that the shop is selling. If there's any inkling that it doesn't look like they actually made that artwork, they probably didn't, because it's rampant and it's so depressing. Anyways, sorry about that. Anywho, oh yeah, Samantha says, of course not. If they did that, you might go direct to the source instead of giving viewership to the content thief. Exactly. That's frustrating, says Thunderpup. Hugely frustrating. I find it makes me so sad. Makes me so sad. But yes. What was I gonna say? Catching up with chat. People sharing without sources is exhausting, says Theo. I wholeheartedly agree. As someone who also does a lot of historical research for a different part of my online presence, oh boy, would I wish people would cite their sources. That's a whole other kettle of fish. But the number of times I'm trying to do research for a piece and I come upon, finally, someone talking about this extremely niche topic that I'm trying to research, and they're like, oh yes, in this time period they did this, that, and the other, and I'm like, do you have any sources for that information? Are there any books where they talk about that? Do you have any paintings you can cite for, like, visual examples of this phenomenon? Or did you just read it in another blog and you're just making it up? Like, I don't know. I can't cite that as a source because I don't know whether or not it's credible. Very frustrating. Very difficult. That's why my YouTube videos take like 5 months to produce. Because I also have to have other jobs besides making YouTube videos. And this stuff is exhausting. Anyways, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Theo says, I saw a Tumblr post a few days ago of some incredible nature photography with the caption, I hope the photographer who took these gets a Pulitzer Prize, and no credits were listed. It is so easy. It is so easy to just pop a link to the source of the images that you are sharing. Anyways, let me pop a link to my YouTube channel since I don't have an exclamation mark command for it yet. But I do have that. There you go. I'm working on my next video right now. It's going to be... Oh, I think it's going to be a doozy, but I hope people are going to enjoy it. I'm enjoying the making of so far, but I'm pretty early into the making of as well. So I'm still working on the script, which is... unsurprisingly, getting more complicated than I expected. Yay! Okay, gonna blob a little bit of this. This is the yellow of this palette, but it really does look like the inside of a kiwi. Fruit, not bird, for clarity. Anywho, but yeah, it is very frustrating when people share without credit. I know sometimes it is really difficult to find the original source of the thing that you want to share anyways. Like, sometimes it really is really actually quite difficult to find that. Okay, this one's hair is a little bit wiggity wonky, but I figure they're underwater, so it's gonna get a little silly anyways, and I'm fine with that. So I think that's about it for the line weight on the bits that aren't sparkly, which are the hardest ones to line. So I'm gonna do the line stuff for the tails after everything else, I think. So I'm going to set this one to one side, and we're going to go back to the zoomed-in version of the very same thing. And I am going to use a bigger brush for this. I might use the same brush for lines, but I will use a bigger brush. Actually, is this brush this brush is a little bit too big for shading. So I will use this brush for shading. There we go. We got there. We got there. Oh my God. What is wrong with me? Anyways, don't answer that. We'll be here all night. I'm going to take a sip of one of my beverages. I think maybe my tea, which I can't really show you very effectively, because it's too full. But suffice it to say, you can just about see. I can tip it about this far, and you can just about see it's got little bunny babbits on it. And I got this from a shop in my husband's hometown on the weekend. He found a beautiful glass mug that he absolutely fell in love with and wanted to get, and I was like, okay, if you're getting a mug, I'm getting a mug. So I got myself the Bun Bun mug, and I love it. Just a bunch of little lone wolves looking cute, and some little foliage, and it's a beautiful shade of sort of a subtle sage green, which I find very soothing and cozy as a color. It's the kind of color that I would wear if it didn't make me look like absolute garbage. Anyways. Theo, you'll be shocked to know I don't know that song. Do you want to drop it in the music section of the Discord? Because you can. We have a Discord, by the way. It's there. 'Tis a silly place, but we have fun there. It's pretty quiet, but you can share your artwork. Let us know when you're live. If you have musical recommendations or want to tell us about foods that you baked, you can do all of those things. And it's super fun, and we like that is the thing that you can do. Anyways. So now, these little buddies are a little bit larger, so I can actually apply a little bit more detail to them. So we'll be getting some shading on there. Getting some shading on there. Just a little under his little chinny chin. Very cute. Maybe a little tiny bit of a nose shadow, because I think that a nose shadow is very cute as well. Very cute little nosy woes on this buddy. My apologies. It plays during the underwater updriftifying Final Fantasy X kissing scene, which I made you watch, and I'm not sorry. Oh yes, I remember it well. I did not know that was the name of the song. But indeed, my friend, indeed. Now, how is the light hitting these guys underwater? Listen, I don't know. Don't let's question it too hard, or we'll hurt our little brains, okay? It is whatever I say it is. And I just think that things look nice with a little bit of shading here and there. Not a little bit of fiber stuck to the end of my brush, though. That's deeply uncool. Okay. I think that's all I need of that color shading. Let me adjust it slightly. That did nothing. Let me adjust it slightly. There we go. And we continue. Of course, I'm gonna add in some other little details as well. Like possibly some freckles, because I think freckles are good. You're a good friend, says Theo. No, you are. You are. So there. Teehee. Some little under the beard shading there. Some little, I don't know, tuft of hair. Not tuft, tendril, I suppose. That's more of a tendril than a tuft, isn't it? Shading as well. That ear is probably a little bit in shadow behind that additional tendril over there. And then a little bit of a nose situation, because I think is cute. okay. I think that's... yeah, okay. Some bits where I'll need to shade hair color shade as well. Yeah. Darken down a smidge. Thus, this isn't showing up at all. That's fine. Don't worry about it. It's all good. It's all fine. Sometimes you add details to a painting and you're like, this is not going to be visible in the final piece, but I have to add it anyways. It's like sometimes when you add coffee to a chocolate cake, you're not making it taste like coffee, but it is adding something to the overall doodah. It's like adding bay leaves to a soup, you know? It's not necessarily going to taste of bay leaf, but it would be less if you didn't put the bay leaves inside. So there. I used to be a bay leaf, you know, this is the thing about soup. I used to be a bay leaf non-believer, believe it or not. But I've changed my tune a little bit about bay leaves. I do actually think that bay leaves make a difference. So, yeah, for whatever that's worth. It's probably not very much, but never mind. I understand bay leaves a little bit better now, I think. I do think that they do make a difference. Wah! Wah! Heck! Okay. Anyways, we're probably not going to have time on this stream to fix Terry, who is well out of proportion in this chair, but oh well. Bay leaf makes a difference, says Lino. It's just tricky to put a finger on what, but it does! It does! It really does. Dan says, I'm scared of bay leaves. They try to take my stuff. Oh no, also hi Dan. How's it going? Lovely to see you. I don't bay leaf it, says Theo. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Consider me getting you a Dad of the Year mug for your next birthday just for that pun. Because I feel like it's earned it. Oh my god. I love it. I love it. Also, very, very much appreciated, Dan. Oh no. I would very much like to tell those bay leaves to go away. Anyways, Theo says thank you. I'm an extremely attractive dad. Hell yeah. What an incentive to live another year, says Dan. Hell yeah. I mean, there are certainly other ones, but, you know, I guess. Anyways. I'm gonna do something real silly. So bear with me while I attempt to do something silly. Okay, just taking a tiny amount of this orange. And we're just gonna pop some little... Just for the record, though, these aren't scales, they're freckles. Because I think freckles are cute. Gonna pop some little... I just think freckles are cute, so everyone's getting freckles, okay? Like, hey everybody, guess what? Guess what? It's freckle time. It's freckle time. Freckle time. Notification. Oh, someone's liked my Instagram post. You know, I try and keep on top of my notifications when I get notifications when I'm streaming, because sometimes they are like a text from my moderator / spouse if he's on his way home or something. But sometimes it's just someone has liked my Instagram post, which just feels really good. That's the only social medium I get notifications from on my phone, because I have, like, basically no apps. I have as few apps downloaded as I can get away with. I do have Instagram because it doesn't work otherwise, but I don't have Twitter downloaded. I don't have Blue Sky or Mastodon or YouTube. I'm like, no, what, like, why would I download the app when I can just look at the website? And the app is probably just a slightly worse version of the website, so, nah, I'm good. Delete Twitter, says Lino. I'm not gonna what, the entire web, like, the entire social medium? Or just the app? I don't have the app. I don't have the app. I do have the social medium because I get more likes on it most of the time than I do on Instagram. And those little numbies make me feel better about myself. Not the app. Just take a flamethrower. No! And I'll tell you for why. Because it doesn't hurt my feelings in the way that Instagram does. And as an artist, I need people to look at my work in order to see my work, like my work, and decide to give me money for my work. Which is a very small percentage of the number of people who see my work, because people have more important things to spend money on, and you know what, I get and respect that. But on the other hand, I also need... I can't buy art supplies if I have no money, is it all? So I need people to be able to see my work, and I don't know, I'm too introverted to try and do that outside of a social medium at this point. Also, it costs so much more money to, like, do a convention or, like, an arts and crafts show or something like that than it does, to just, like, post to Instagram. And guess what? Again, I'm poor. And for some reason, I have noticed of late that I am definitely getting, not consistently, but consistently enough better engagement on Twitter than I do on Instagram. So I cannot get rid of it because real people like my work there and nobody likes it anywhere else. And I'm really sad about it, actually. It's a really rough place to be. It's hard to exist in the real world as a person what makes stuff. If you're me, and you're not very popular, and you don't know how to make stuff that, like, large numbers of people will like. So, no, I will not flamethrower Twitter, because there are still... I don't know, I found myself siloed into an enclave of, like, really supportive people there. Honestly, I think most of them, just like me, just want to see pirates kiss. Which is... a valid... Oh, geez, that is way too bright red. Oh, no. No, no, no. I want a suggestion of Nip Nop, not, like, in your face. Hey, Voxel, how's it going? Welcome on in. Just ignore the fact that I got real vulnerable there for a second. And pay attention to the fact that I'm giving these a second pass, but I'm also gonna, once again, just... blot that down, because they don't want to be bright red. They want to be barely visible is what they want to be, because they have them. I just don't want to draw too much attention to them. I don't want I don't want bright red nipples to detract from the fact that these paintings are sparkly. That's the important... Oh my god, this looks so good. I'm sorry, this is just the first painting I've done with these duochromes, and they just look really good. I don't know if you special just ate some gold, says Voxel. Is your tummy okay? That sounds like a very expensive meal. I hope your digestive system is alright with it. I mean, I know you can get, like... Was it like one of those things that they do for, like, influencers, where they'll take, like, a soft serve and just put some gold leaf on it or something? Which is very pretty, but I don't think really has much in the way of nutritional value. I'd rather, I don't know. I try not to eat too many. It's a little edible gold sprinkle, honestly way cheaper than I thought. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. I think the amount of gold that's actually, like, the gold leaf that you get in, like, edible gold sprinkles is so thin that it's... If you've ever seen someone, like, putting gold leaf on something, you know how incredibly thin it is. So it's actually a quite small amount, even though it's because gold's malleability allows it to be sort of rolled out very, very thinly. Which is how you get gold leaf, which is really cool. And gold sprinkles as well. Delicious. Did you just eat gold sprinkles on your own, or was it like gold sprinkles on something to make it fancy? Just out of curiosity. Of course, you don't need to say if you don't want to. It's all good. Okay. Okay. Let me pick up some of this. I'm gonna mix this orange and yellow together to try and make the hair color line white. I think that'll do. I think that'll do. This brush is going a little bit weird. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's doing something weird. Anyways, but I hope you're having a good Monday. Very much I do. If I can make this brush a little bit less wet, so I get a nice fine line with it. Oh, that's not quite as fine as I might like, but it'll do. Little sideburn, because sideburns are fun. I've always loved a good sideburn. Like, my whole life I've been a sideburn appreciator. I don't know why, I just think sideburns are fun. I think they're cool. I like a good fuzzy chop situation, you know? Like, those were very popular for a while. And when I say for a while, I mean, like, parts of the 19th century. But, you know, I think a fuzzy chop is cool. But that might be just me, I don't know. But on the other hand, I've got excellent taste. So there. There we go. Okay, yay! He's got hair! Hurrah! Oh, Beans, we have a terrible drawing time. Twig climbing yet another bit of incidental scenery. Any particular scenery in question, or shall I just imagine some scenery? Because I'm happy to do either. Anyways, oh, biddle boy. Okay, I have to attempt to draw. This, no pressure at all. I have to attempt to draw a friend. So let me see what I can do. Okay. Am I allowed to ask for a supplementary question? Am I allowed to ask a supplementary question about the terrible drawing time prompt? Or no, I shouldn't. I'm just gonna have to this is a very special, hang on, this is a very special request. So, because this is asking me to draw someone's D&D character in the context of a little scene for this terrible drawing time, which for anyone who isn't familiar with terrible drawing time, I should explain. Basically for 5,000 channel points, I've got 5 minutes or less to draw a character or concept of your choosing from memory or sight unseen on the terrible drawing time. I realize I don't actually know what Twig is wearing most of the time either. My default in those cases is usually just dungarees, because I think they're cute. But, yeah, so what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so drawing a character or concept from memory or sight unseen on the terrible drawing canvas. This is our current canvas. We started it recently. This is our last canvas. There have been a lot of Pokemon characters recently. This was Sliggoo, and honestly, I'm really happy with the way that they turned out. I didn't remember what the original Pokemon looked like, but I got the impression that it was a slimy snail, or a gooey snail. So I tried to draw a gooey snail. And the fun thing about this gooey snail, sorry to go on about Sliggoo here, is that there's eyes on the eye stalks, but there's also eyes down here, and we don't actually know which one. One of these is like false eyes to throw people off, but we don't know which one is the false eyes. So there you go. Twig is wearing a nice wool. I can definitely put him in a nice wool jumper. That would be very, very cute. Twig can have a nice wool jumper if he wants. Hell yeah, love that. Absolutely love that. I missed a. You would really enjoy Disco Elysium sideburns galore. Yes, I have seen the sideburns. Actually, I do own the game. I intend to play it just by myself at some point. Has a cryptid investigation that's definitely super important to the case. Well, you know I love a cryptid situation. You know I love a cryptid situation. So yeah, that'll be fun. Anyways, 1 second. Because I need to get something from my item station here in the studio. Right. one moment, please. I'm trying to vamp in the background here, while I prepare for, this is, I realized I just landed this on a nat one, but I am going to, do this terrible drawing time now. I'm going to set the timer for, 5 minutes. And then we're going to do the thing. Okay, cool. I still have a picture of Ryan Gosling from TV's Ready or Not up on my phone from earlier. Okay, timer, 5 minutes, starting now. And just gonna need to, for absolutely no reason. Okay, alright, good to know. Anyways. Alright, let's go, let's do it. So, Twig, wearing a wool jumper, attempting to climb some scenery. Let me just get that wording correct again. Twig climbing yet another bit of incidental scenery. Okay. Alright. So, let us... is this a terrible idea? This is probably a terrible idea. But you know, it's me. So can you guess what Twig is about to climb? And is it a very wobbly... It's not wobbly, it's antique, okay? Bookshelf. Yes, it is a wobbly antique bookshelf, okay? Shh, it's fine. Alright, so... Some of these are going to get covered up by Twig attempting to climb it anyway, so I probably shouldn't be putting too much effort into drawing these. You know, I should probably draw Twig first and then draw the books. Okay, so, here he is. I'm so sorry if I am not able to do justice to this beautiful, beautiful... I was gonna say little guy, but literally the opposite of little guy, because how tall is he? He's a pretty big boy. There we go. I'm sorry if you can hear the sounds of the 3D printer behind there. Which are definitely making some fun noises. But I'm making concentration silence at the moment because I don't want to. This is a lot of pressure because I need to do justice to this absolute friend because this is an absolute friend. Go little nose blush there because I think that's real heckin' cute. And you can probably see a bit of the other ear poking out here. What should I do for the hair situation? Little bit of a sideburn situation because you know why? I think it's cute. Do some hair, and you know what? Just to live up to the name. There's a twig in there! Yay! Anyways, okay, so. Try to reach the top. Climb, climb, climb. You can do it, big buddy. You got this. Nice, thick, cozy wool jumper happening here. And what's happening with the I think maybe the leg is kind of going eh. The leg is just like ah. No. The leg doesn't know what the leg is doing. It's very confused. This is going great. I'm sure this will be absolutely fine. Gonna get some little sort of adventuring booties trying to like brace themselves on a shelf or something. I don't know. Maybe a little bit of a one of these situations, and have some little pouches and stuff under there, because that's the kind of thing that adventurers would have on your little belt there. And I'm just gonna just some more books here, and oh no, I'm gonna, you know, it's gonna be one of those. It's gonna be one of these with like a nice sort of cable knit pattern on it, because I think those are real fun. And also incredibly cozy, just the coziest of jumpers that you've ever seen in your entire life. Nice sort of ribbing at the neckline here to keep it nice and comfy. Oh, look at him, he's having the best time. Oh no, oh no, oh no, the timer's gone, I haven't finished drawing in all the books. Ah! Okay, and you can just about see some books that are absolutely going to survive this. Okay, there we go. He's so tall that he doesn't quite fit into frame, but here is Twig attempting to climb a bookshelf. He's gonna do it, but not without a little bit of struggle, because I checked and he rolled a 12. So, I hope this is okay. I tried my best. Some of them fell out. It's fine. They'll be fine. They're very well constructed books. But anyways, yes, that's my attempt at terrible drawing time. I hope it's okay. I had fun drawing it. I hope it's alright. Small hand, says Voxel. Listen, I'm trying my best. Actually, can I just... It's gonna bother me if I don't get rid of this little line here a little bit. So, just... Whoop. There we go, just redrawing the bits of the bookshelf that are missing. Anyways, there you go. At least you didn't roll a 1 and fall into a puddle, says Lino. Listen, I did a legit roll, and I said to myself, I'm going to roll for him on this, and whatever the dice gives me is the resulting attempt. So if it was a nat 20, he would be just perched on top of the bookshelf, happy as anything. If he had rolled a nat 1, he would have just fully fallen over, but because he rolled sort of like a mixed success, I would say, I decided that he does manage to climb, but not without a good amount of effort, and I hope that that's okay. I love and support this absolute friend who is my friend, and I hope that you like it, and I hope that you're happy. So, there, that was terrible drawing. Anyways. Thank you for that request. That was really, really fun. I'm going to put away my dice now before they fall everywhere and I end up stepping on my D4 again. Anyways, the time I dropped my dice on the floor and I couldn't find where my D4 went, that was the most stressful thing in the world. Actually, okay, for anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about, let me show you what a D4 looks like. It's the pyramid. You don't want to step on this, because it's very pointy, and it will do an oof ouch into your heel, okay? Anyways. But yeah. I hope that you're happy. Let's bring these back. Alright. Now then. Now then. Now then. Legos still hurt more. I mean, Lego is diabolical for that. I will not deny the fact that Lego is abso-heckin-lutely dia-heckin-bolical. For sure. Absolutely no doubt about that, my friend. Oof, ouch. Would not want to step on a Lego. I'm not sure, have I ever stepped on a Lego? I don't know. Of, like, unpleasant sensory experiences, I can't recall if I've stepped on a Lego. I've definitely accidentally chewed tinfoil. Also horrible. Just one of the worstest. Anyways. Samantha says D4 is caltrops. Theo says they're great to step on. I'd rather not, personally. I personally would rather not, but listen, if that's what you're into, then who am I to judge? Oh no! I forgot to give this buddy. This guy's got nip-nops. This guy doesn't have nip-nops. This guy needs nip-nops too. So I made a nice little pinkish beigey pink. Now where did I put it? Where does the nip-nop go? About here, I guess? Yeah, about there, I'd say. Okay. But again, that's much too dark, so let's give it a couple of layers. How's that? Is that a visible enough? Is that a visible enough nippy? I think so. I think that's a visible. The other one I think is mostly covered by his hair, so I'm not going to worry about that. I remember I was eating a bun on the street with some paper wrapping, and because I was a kid, I ate like half of the paper wrapping. Oh no! Maybe that explains some stuff wrong with me. Oh no, Voxel, that sounds very unpleasant. I'm sorry. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, happy little Nip-Nop. Sorry to work so hard on the painting and of the nips, but listen, they're mer people. They got them. I hope this isn't too much of a TOS violation. I hope I don't get banned from Twitch for drawing in some little guys' little chesties. But listen, they have it was just no taste paper wrapping. It's fine. You know, listen, everyone ingests a little bit of paper at some point in their lives, I'm sure. There was at some point in my life as like a growing child where I'm pretty sure I would just sort of like I would just tear off little bits of like note paper because I was snack hungry and I was at school and didn't have access to snacks at times that I was hungry. So I would just chow down on tiny little scraps of note paper to try and keep myself going until I could go home. Not because I wasn't being fed at lunchtime, though sometimes I was being fed sandwiches that gave me the ick, actually, and I didn't know how to say I don't want to eat these sandwiches, because sometimes you just don't know what's going to make you go, oh, no, actually, I don't ever want to eat that. I feel super grossed out. And then just not eat my actual lunches. Definitely did that also. Twitch only thinks female presenting nipples are illegal. Boo! Boo! Anyways, who cares about Nip-Nops? Honestly. I mean, there's a difference between this, which, if these nipples were considered female presenting, it would be no more sexualized than this entirely, like, non-sexual, cute little moment of whimsy is. You know what I mean? So there we go. Anyways, I don't know what that comment means, Voxel, and I'm going to ignore it. Anyways, continuing on with our line weight, however, I'm gonna need some brown, because brown makes a, brown makes a good base for, like, skin color line weight. Doesn't want to be too light. Is that enough? I don't think that's enough. I'm gonna add some more. Anyways. Ooh, the other thing that I wanted to... Sorry, I have a soapbox to bring up. So I apologize in advance. But I don't know if any of y'all are familiar with National Novel Writing Month. But if you are familiar with National Novel Writing Month, you might already be have an inkling of what I'm about to bring up. Because National Novel Writing Month has ticked off, I would say, a pretty sizable amount of its potential user base and just writers generally for... Yeah, Samantha summarized it. Basically, the organizers of National Novel Writing Month, which if you don't know is an event that's taken place every November for like 20 some odd years at this point, where 20 some odd years at this point has been running, where it's just to challenge yourself among friends to write a 50,000 word novel within the space of a single month. And a whole sort of like organized community built up around it over the years. So, you know, you can you know, cheer other people on, share your progress, get like an, hey, I completed National Novel Writing Month this year, commemorative t-shirt. I finished it once in 2003. I was 19 years old, and I can guarantee that my novel was awful. Because I was 19. But I did it while somehow also being a student. I don't know either, y'all. Anyways. These days I'm lucky if I can manage like 5,000 words in a month, you know? But, so yeah, that's the basis of National Novel Writing Month. It's the challenge. The idea is to challenge yourself to sit down and complete an entire written work of fiction within the space of a month. Of the length of a short novel. And they have released a statement to say on the use of AI to, not to belabor AI stuff on stream too much, because we'll be here all night, because it makes me grumpy. But, they released a statement to say that basically, as Samantha has summarized here, opposing AI is apparently classist and ableist, supposedly. Which is just, frankly, freaking insulting. You know? I think the implication being that, you know, like, oh, and it's something that, you know, AI bros, like to bring up against people who complain about sort of using AI to generate images and call them art, is that, oh, that's ableist, because what if, you know, people with disabilities aren't able to create artworks the traditional way? It's like, do you know how many resources there are and accommodations that people have made for themselves in order to create artwork whilst being disabled? That is a garbage argument, and any disabled artist out there would throw that right in the bin. Because A, that really undervalues what, you know, disabled folks are actually able to do, and B, is just, you're just using a group that you don't belong to try and justify you being able to do something crappy, essentially. It's nasty. And then I'm assuming that the classist component, I don't think they really go into detail about it, but I'm assuming the classist component comes into, oh, well, this person doesn't have as much of a formal education, so, but they have a cool idea, so it's okay for them to use AI to generate a story. Well, why not? If they feel like, for instance, like, they haven't, you know, taken as many, like, they don't have an English creative writing degree because they couldn't afford to go to university, or there were barriers against them going to university, well, you know what you can do? You know what you can do? And a big part of, like, the National Novel Writing Month community is people helping each other out. And sometimes that means, you know, beta reading for other people, checking for spelling and grammar and stuff, and helping people with their stories. Because that's not something that's class specific either. You know? Like, good lord. It's just, to be honest, I think that statement is insulting to disabled people and insulting to people of, like, you know, less advantaged economic classes. Garbo. Anyways, Voxel says, TLDR, in some older games, particularly Street Fighter, they didn't have male nipples in the Asian market, but had them in US and Europe. Interesting. I had no idea. Thank you for clarifying that for me. I appreciate it. Because it seemed like a weirdly broad statement, and I was like, But no, that makes a lot more sense. Vox says, people helping in my pessimistic worldview, how insane. You know what? It's something I have encountered on the regular. In fact, I have on many an occasion just asked, like, you know, friends and whatever to be like, hey, could you just give this a bit of a pass for, like, you know, does it make sense? Have I left any egregious spelling or grammar errors in here? And have done the same for friends as well. So that is a thing that people do. And it's very normal, actually. Thumb. A slightly weird thumb, maybe, I don't know. But it'll do. Anyways, I'm so sorry to rant. I'm done now. Hi, Lux, welcome on in. How are you doing? It's lovely to see you. Welcome, welcome. I was just having a little rant, but everything's fine. Kitty also says hi. Please tell him I said hello. Hello, who's a good kitty you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are, little scritches. I am offering scritches if that is such a thing that would be appreciated. If not, I am simply keeping my respectful distance, but also saying hi. Samantha says, traditionally it has been the poorer classes that have been able to leverage wealth to avoid having to work themselves and have it done by them. Yeah, exactly. I mean, he will take all of them, says Lux. Oh, in that case, scritchy, 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 pat, 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 pat. Scritchy, 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 scritchy. There we go. Okay. Anyways, I should go pet my cat, says Voxel. Hell yeah, you should do that. But, yes, quite, and indeed. It's just, I think it's really disingenuous to suggest that opposing, the use of AI to, like, do stuff for you in something like, you know, personally, I think that using an AI to write your National Novel Writing Month just kind of detracts from, like, the genuine spirit of the challenge, which is to challenge yourself to do something that is in itself inherently challenging for anyone. That's the point of it. That's the fun of it. And, like, if there are folks who want to... I mean, obviously, you know, this isn't, like, an academic exam. They can't... If someone wants to, like, cheat and just go to ChatGPT and say, hey, ChatGPT, please generate a 50,000-word novel about, I don't know, crop rotation in the 14th century, and just spit that out and say, I wrote a novel. Like, they can't stop them from doing that. But on the other hand, where's the satisfaction in that? That's just sad, you know? Instant gratification is not better. But maybe that's just because I'm a weirdo with something wrong with my brain who actually enjoys the feeling of satisfaction I get from actually doing something tangible with my hands and my thoughts and my imagination, and recognizing at the end of the day it's imperfect, but I made it, and that makes it special. So, I don't know, swear words to that. Moving on. Lux says, I didn't know before getting him on Friday, but he's fully accepting of belly rub. Yay, belly rubs too. Oh, that is heckin' adorable, and I love that for you both. Very much I do. So yeah, news, Lux got a cat, and we're very happy for them both. So stinking cute. Anyways. Okay, our merman has an ear. Love that for him. You know what? It's been like 2 hours, so I'm gonna shout out the streaming prompt list again, because it's released today. It's there. We have a terrible drawing time from Sammy Kel's balloon animal. I'm confused. But okay, thank you, Mesh. I'll try my best. Anyways, also, hi, how's it going? Welcome on in. Mr. Tom, how's it going? Welcome on in. Mr. Tom says, I'm nervous about you painting sparkly mermaids with new paint. I'm not sure why the mermaids have new paint for a start. Because I want to. Maybe the mermaids love to paint too. I would love that for them. Mermaids need creative pursuit too. Creative pursuits even. They could write poetry, take up playing an instrument, get a sketchbook, try underwater gardening of some description. I don't know. They can do whatever they feel like. Okay. This mermaid has a jawline and some cheeks now, so I'm gonna come back and do his face after I have done this terrible drawing time. The redeem warned me that you might incur psychic damage, so I thought I'd Uno reverse it by redeeming something weird. That is extremely weird, but I'll try my best. Anyways, so just FYI for the uninitiated, if you've just come in and you've never been here before, terrible drawing time is a phenomenon that happens on this stream for some reason, whereby I have 5 minutes. If you have 5,000 channel points to draw a character or concept of your choosing from memory or sight unseen,
Attention,
Scrappy's
Twitch
here.
user Sammy
Hi.
Kelsch.
choppers.
Hello, welcome in, Raiders. You're here. Just every time, terrible drawing time happens is when a raid comes in. You get to look at my terrible art. Oh no, I'm embarrassed. Anyways, hi, welcome in, everybody. Thank you so much for the raid, Scrappy. Welcome in, friends. Hello, Gumby. Hello, Ratza. Hello, Scrappy. Hello, friends. We are about to draw something called Sammy Kelsch Balloon Animal, and I don't know what I'm going to do with that, but I guess we'll all find out together. Let me get a shout out for Scrappy in the chat. Scrappy, what were you up to today? It's so good to see you. Hi, embarrassed, I'm Ratza. Hello. In the meantime, for anyone who's just come in on the raid, hello and welcome. My name is Twitch user Sammy Kelsch. I'm a variety streamer. I stream cozy art streams on Mondays and Thursdays. I stream cozy game streams on Fridays and every once in a while on a Sunday. Today we are experimenting with some fun new paints, painting these merms, who are very sparkly. Look at them shine. Look at them shine. Anyways, but I also have to do a terrible drawing because that's a channel point redeem that I have. So that's what we're gonna do. And I'm going to thank y'all for coming in. And once again, if you are here and this raid happened, and you fungal paint, no, Dan, no, I'm allergic to mushrooms. That would be dangerous. Anyways, if you are not familiar with the wonderful Scrappy Jane, please go give her a follow, because Scrappy Jane's awesome and super fun and very cool and does cool games and does cool artworks and is awesome and fun and has been doing some really cool crochet on Instagram recently, which I'm very much enjoying getting to look at. And it's also just really fun and awesome and good in every way. So, there. If you want to see what my artwork looks like when it's done, allow me to demonstrate a recent example thereof. You can look at this. It looks like this. This is a watercolor painting I did a little while ago with super granulating watercolors, and I had a really nice time, and it was real cozy and fun, and yeah. I heard Scrappy Jane was a smaller a smaller superior version of Scooby Jane, I think you'll find. Anyways. But yeah, if you're not familiar with Scrappy Jane, she's cool. She's very, very cool. And she also, I hope it's okay if I share this, made, so please, some little crochet moths! And they're really stinking cute, and I love them so much. Scrappy's also been doing some crochet flowers and stuff as well, and it's just really, they're just real pretty. Look at this, it's so stinking pretty! So stinking pretty. How did I missed this? I think I was on holiday when this was posted, so I missed it. But I'm seeing it now, and so I give it a little likey, because it's very, very pretty. Anyways, Scrappy's cool. You should go give Scrappy a follow. I'm gonna... Moth friends, says Samantha. We love moth friends around here. I'm gonna try and... I'm gonna type the right letters to actually get shout-out to work. And there we go, another shout-out for Scrappy Jane. Once again, if you're not following Scrappy, go do that. If you like moths... If you like moths and cozy times and fun and a very cool person, please go give Scrappy a follow. Scrappy, thank you once again so much for the raid. And now, I have to try and draw Sammy Kelsch Balloon Animal, which I don't know what this, if this is something I know what it means, I don't remember what it means, so I have to try and do it. I don't know how to draw a balloon animal, but I shall try, because I've got 5 minutes to do it. So 5 minutes on the timer, starting now. Is that work? That's working. Okay. Sammy Kelsch balloon animal. Okay, I'm gonna try and draw some kind of balloon animal. Oh god, what does a balloon animal look like? I mean, my brain hurts. What the heck does balloon animal look like? I'm gonna make a... Okay, so it's real... It's got the sort of... The only balloon animal that I'm sure I could, like, reliably make is probably, like, a, like a worm. Like, I just blow up a balloon and we're done. Scrappy says, thanks for the love. I got a raid and round. Good luck on the balloon animal. Have a good stream. Thank you so much, Scrappy. I very much appreciate it. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for the raid and run. I super appreciate it. And yeah, thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna do the only balloon animal that I feel like I know I can reliably draw, which is probably like one of these little balloon sort of doggo pupper type creatures. But it's Sammy Kelch balloon animal, so it's gonna be... It's a little bit stressed, is what's going on here. It's under some stress. Stream is frozen! Oh no! Apparently stream is frozen according to Dan. Let me just check and see what the heck is going on with that. Let me have a look at my view. Okay, Oh, you were just paralyzed in thought. Okay, we're still going. Okay, I'm gonna keep drawing this balloon animal, which is the only balloon animal I can kind of remember how it looks. And it's like... It's got like a little body. Like that. And then it's got some little leggies. And they're all sort of chubby. Like that. And then it's got some little back legs. And they're also all sort of chubby. And it's got a little tail, and it looks really, it's so stressed, and it's very tired, and I completely, I ruined its face. I'm just gonna get rid of that and start again, because when I think of balloon animals, all I think of are dachshunds. Yeah, same. There, make it a little bit chubbier, I think. And then... Much larger eye of concern here. It's stressed. This balloon animal is stressed, which I think reflects my general state of being. I don't know. I think the other thing, if it's to be like a me balloon animal, I think can I put it in a little... Can I put like a cardigan on it in some way? Okay, it's wearing a little... It's wearing a cardigan somehow. It's wearing a little cozy wool cardigan. Because unless the weather is super hot, there's a really good chance that I'm wearing a cozy wool cardigan on stream. So that feels appropriate. Okay. I don't know how to give it my hair, but that'll do. I don't know. That's the Sammy Kelch balloon animal. Is this my best work? Yes, this is the greatest thing I've ever produced. I hope you like it. I hope you're happy. Nice, Mesh. Thank you. Believe it or not, I'm very proud. What I am gonna do is just to really cement the idea that this is, let's get some little reflective bits where, like, the light's hitting it in places. So you can tell that it's, like, shiny balloons situation. There we go. This, if it was, like, if it went up for auction, this would sell for, like, millions. I just know it. And to that end, I am gonna sign it. So there, now it's authenticated, that this is worth millions. Just so you know. Anyways. So that's Terrible Drawing Time. I hope you're happy. Thank you so much for that request. That was our second Terrible Drawing Time today. Our first one was indeed Twig, attempting to climb a bookshelf. And he rolled a 12, so he did okay. Anyways. But that was fun. Thank you for that. Whoa! Okay, the timer went just as I was checking to see how much was left on the timer, so that's done. I'm gonna keep on keeping on with this, and I'm gonna take a drink of my beverage. Ooh. Did you know balloons are so expensive because they are prone to inflation, says Dan. Oh! We need to get you a Dad of the Year mug as well with that pun game, because damn, dude. I'm impressed. Okay. Alright. Let's, finish giving a little more visibility to this little merm's face. Alright. Or attempt to, anyways. Oh, this bit always makes me nervous. Like, doing the face. Because I feel like there's just so much that could go wrong here. Like, if the line weight is too thick or too uneven, it could end up looking a little weird. And I would rather it didn't look a little weird. I would rather it look nice and cute and as intended, you know? But sometimes it doesn't want to do that. Sometimes it wants to do its own thing. Hello, excuse me, hello, Sudge, my darling. Welcome in. My dearest darling. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. I'm glad that you're on your way home. I hope to see you soon. That's my moderator slash spouse for anyone who's curious. We're married, and he lives here. Okay. I keep getting fibers like stuck to my brush, and I'm concerned about little fibery bits sticking out and causing havoc with my paint. I would rather they did not do that personally. So trying to be careful to make sure that that they're not able to misbehave, as it were. Also, some of these pencil lines are very fine, so trying to see where they are exactly. Oh, another fiber has trapped itself in the, just as I'm doing the end of this sweet guy's nose. Oh no, I hope I didn't ruin it. Is his nose okay? Is his nose okay? I hope it's okay. I think it's okay. It's not perfect, but it's okay. That'll do. It's a nose. It's cute. That'll do. Okay. I need to slightly amend my brown. That's too dark. Can I make it a little bit browner? Can I add a little bit more paint? Because I think it's a little too wet. Yeah. How's that? I think that'll do. Let's try it with this sort of hand hiding down here and see how we feel about it. Oh yeah, that's a good brown. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. We have a hand. Hooray! You know, there is a very real chance that I won't even get this painting done today. I really thought I would. But we might not. Tommy. And that's okay. But I do have something planned for next stream. So I'm actually kind of glad that this has taken as long as it has, because I have something planned for next stream, but I also don't have something ready for the end of this stream, so I was quite happy to be continuing to work on this in the meantime. Because, yeah. Because this, something's gone wrong with Terry. His proportions are all funky, and I would like to redraw this whole thing on. I think the chair looks okay, but I think Terry looks a little bit broken, so I will fix that before the next stream, okay? Anywhoosins. I feel like this brush is starting to go bad. I feel like I haven't had this brush for that long. It's been maybe like a year and a half, but it feels like it's already starting to go bad, which is a little bit sad, I suppose. I don't like when the brush go bad. It's just starting, it's not quite holding as good of a point as it used to. The brush ain't bad, it's just painted that way, says Samantha. I mean, fair. But it's not holding a point as well as it used to. Even, you know, I do try and take good care of my brushes as best as I can. But I am given to understand as well that if you are the sort of person who uses pan watercolors as opposed to tube watercolors, because you're having to sort of like do this a lot more with them, that your brushes will just go bad faster. And that's fine, because I really don't like working with tube watercolors because they're messy and I don't enjoy it. So I'm okay with that, if I'm being honest. It is what it is. Such is life. All that jazz. Yada yada yada. You know. you know. Anyways, okie dokie. First things first, let's give you a little eyebrow, because for some reason I decided to put one on that side. That eyebrow's too dark. I don't like it. I'm gonna get rid of some of it. I'm gonna take this other brush that's clean and just lift a bit of that so it's not as visible. Okay, now it's fully gone. That's gone too far in the other direction. Oh no. Can I just put down a really tiny hint of an eyebrow. Do I like that? I don't know. I think it'll look better once I've done everything else. It just looks really off balance because I haven't line weighted in like his eyes or his mouth or his hair. So maybe let's line weight in everything else and then see how I feel about it afterwards, shall we? That feels like a somewhat more balanced approach. There we go. Oh, he's got such pretty eyelashes. Oh, what a beautiful mermaid. What a lovely, lovely mermaid. Happy little merms. Oh, this brush has absolutely done a beautiful job, I feel like, of specifically the eyelashes here. It is an excessively modest artist who blames their tools, I know. Who attributes to their tools, I know, but still. I think the fact that it is just the one eyebrow as well makes it feel off. But Samantha, I only ever draw one eyebrow, and now I feel self-conscious about it. Oh no. Okay, well, I'm not fixing that this painting, but I guess you'll see how many eyebrows they have next time. Yay! Oh no. It's okay, I'm not having a crisis. Anyways. Did I mention I'm having miso soup for dinner? Because I'm looking forward to that. There we go. Happy little smile. Oh, they're so chill. They're so chill. They're having a good time. And I'm so happy for them. I love that for them, honestly. I wish I got to swim every day. Can you imagine how nice that would be? I mean, maybe you can't because you don't enjoy swimming, or maybe you already do get to swim every day, so you don't have to imagine that, in which case, bully for you. That's awesome. I love that for you. But I don't. So all I have is dreams. I would love to get to go swimming every day. That would be amazing. I miss swimming when I'm not doing it. I haven't been swimming in, months, I guess. Every once in a while, if we can swing it, if we're traveling somewhere, we'll try and book a hotel that has a pool. So we can go swimming. Oh yeah, that's right. The last time we went swimming would be when I was visiting my family back in the old country. We availed ourselves of the leisure center that's about, I would say maybe 10-15 minutes walk from my family's home, and went for like a pool session there, which was, it was great. It was delightful. It was very, very nice to get to do that. Had a good time doing the swams. It was a decent pool, I would say. And they had, there was a decent size that, like, we could kind of have, like, a patch with the number. There were maybe, like, a dozen people there. There was, like, a group of older ladies who were there to just sort of, like, float and gossip. Then there were a couple of other just sort of, like, sole, I'm here to exercise people. And a couple of parents with like small child. It was nice. I wish I got to do that more often. I do have a leisure center in my local sort of area, but the last time I checked, the like swim times didn't really match up well for me, or it was all like just swimming lane sessions, and that's usually for people who want to, you know, just kind of go back and forth the length of the pool the whole time. And I don't want to get in if there's too many people all wanting the same speed of lane, I don't want to get in their way, kind of thing. So I find that very intimidating, the idea of doing that. So I've never been for a lane swimming session because it just seems like it's too much pressure. I'm not a very strong swimmer. So I would just feel like I'm continually getting in people's way, and I would rather not feel that way when I'm trying to switch my brain off and get a little nice, pleasant resistance exercise in. And I do love I miss swimming now. Oh no. Sorry, I think it's my rambling. It's probably boring. Anyways, apologies. But yeah. What's everybody up to this week? What you doing? Have you got any fun plans? Are you doing anything cool? If there's anything you would like to share, I'd love to hear all about it. I will be probably doing some thinking ahead. Probably don't have a lot of time to do like actual like planning and prep yet, but doing some at least brainstorming of what I might want to do with some of the streaming prompts for this year. Again, I will pop all of the links and announcements and stuff into the Discord as well, in case you are interested in doing it. Just to reiterate for anyone who missed it earlier, Streaming is a 31-day art prompt challenge taking place here on Twitch with the sort of streamy art community. And I have supplied one of the prompt words for this year. My word is blustery. I'm very looking forward to seeing what kind of fun stuff people get up to for that one. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I hope it'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, so that's coming up in October. The prompt list has been released now. It seems like it'll be a really good time. I think. And yeah, I'm gonna start painting the tails. Maybe I should I do the tiny? No, I'm gonna do the big version of the tails first. I think actually this time, so that I don't have to. Or maybe I'll do like one color at a time kind of thing, perhaps. So I'll do this teeny tiny version. Oh no, I need my tinier brush for this teeny tiny version because this painting is too tiny for my regular brush. Okay. There we go. Okay. We've made a start, so that's good. This is gonna take a stupidly long time, but we'll get there. Anyways, but yeah, streaming I think is gonna be a really fun time. I'm looking forward to doing the things, having a good time, having fun with it, coming up with interesting and fun interpretations of the various prompt words. I think there's a lot of interesting room for doing cool stuff inherent in most of them. I think it's going to be a really fun time. And also getting to know, there's some new people on the prompt list this year who have supplied words, and I look forward to getting to know them and following everyone who is a featured streamer and all that jazz. There's a link to the stream team there if you, within that, like, card link if you wanted to, give the other prompt people a follow or check them out or whatever, you can do that there. It's all good. But yeah, I think it's gonna be fun. I don't know what made me choose that word in particular. It just sort of called to me, I guess. And I was like, yes. That's my word for this year. It feels very different to the words that I picked the last couple of years, but I think that's kind of fun. I think, ooh, how's it looking with some detail on here? I hope that it is good. I hope it is good. Okay, moving on to my second blue, which is Prussian blue. And then, oh, sorry for the shaky cam, everybody. Is everyone okay? I hope you're okay. Heck, oh shoot. Oh, Beans, I'm sorry. Hope you're alright. Alright, let's start in again with the teeny tiny little one. Here. Oh, I need my teeny tiny brush again. So let me give it a little clean. Thus. And then just pick up a teeny tiny bit of ink on the end here. And we'll just meet that other line like so. Okay. Keeping this one nice and simple because it's so small. Very good. The detailing really brings out the painting, says Samantha. Hell yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad you think so. Very much I am. I think I'm going to add some little bits of like scale sort of detail onto it as well. Oh, wrong brush. Switching back to this bad boy. Here we are. Good. Maybe if I put that on that side, it won't stop trying to... It'll stop trying to sort of roll towards the edge and leaving. There we go. Okay, I might actually just borrow this little brush here to just kind of blend the two colors into each other where they kind of intersect there. Just so it doesn't look like too harsh of a divide between the line weight colors. And I think it blends together fairly well there, but we shall see. Okay. Get in there. Doo-doo-doo. And probably to about there. Okay. Alright. Next, I'm gonna do some little like scale shapes here and there on the... I'm not gonna do the whole thing in like scale shapes because I think that's gonna be potentially too busy, but I'll do like a few here and there just so you feel like, yes, there are scales here. This merm has scale. Okay, where is my deep... There's my violet. My deep violet. Not my violent fantasy, but my deep violet. Huh? If I can get it to open, that would be super great. Yes, I am holding the paintbrush in my mouth for literally no apparent reason. Because I'm very intelligent. I'm gonna, once again, clean down my little brushy. And I'm gonna try and get... Oh my god, this is not one of... How tightly did I close it last time? Oh my god. Ah, I can't get it to... Oh no. Okay, well that might be the end of the stream because I can't get it to open. Oh, come on. Ow. How did I do this? Oh my god. Okay, I might need to use an alternate color because I cannot... This lid will not budge. This lid will not budge and I'm hurting my hand. So, this is a very similar purple. Here's hoping it opens. Here's hoping it opens. Come on. Oh, I feel movement. Yay. Okay, we're just gonna... For this line weight, we're just gonna use Purple Lake, okay? It's very close in color to Deep Violet. Very, very close to Deep Violet. You won't be able to tell the difference. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Shh. It's all good. Okay. Gonna get a nice juicy dollop on here. And actually, I will say having the shiny paint on it already does kind of make it hard to see what I'm doing here. But never mind. I think we got it. I think we got it. I think that makes it pop more, which I'm really happy with, so yay. I'm gonna clean that down again. I don't really want the ink sort of sitting around on the brush when I'm not using it, because it does, the ink does want to sort of like into the ferrule of your paintbrushes more so than other media, and so you kind of gotta watch out for that and just be mindful of it when you're cleaning your brushes. You sometimes need to be a little bit more comprehensive than usual. Anyways, we're almost there. I promise we're almost there. Ow, okay, that actually really hurt both my hands, so yay, love that for me. Ow. Oh no. Oh no. Oh good. Okay. So trying to determine / recall what direction the scales should be sort of traveling in on A Mermaid's Tale, and it turns out that Google image search is decidedly undecided on that matter. Some of them kind of go this way and some of them kind of go this way. So I'm just gonna go this way because I think it looks nice. And just go with that. There's just gonna be, I'm just gonna pop a couple here and there anyways. It's not gonna be super, it's not gonna be a ton. Just like that. Nice. Just to give us a little bit of texture, you know? Because I feel like if I covered the entire thing in like full on scale texture, I feel like we'd be in a situation where like I think we could be running the risk of covering up too much of the shimmer and then just having the whole thing look too busy, actually. Which would not be good either. So, some sort of compromise, I feel like, is probably the order of the day. Okay. I'm gonna swap to my purple now. And just do perp all the way up. I hope that'll look okay. Purple. Oh no, there was. I noticed very belatedly that there was like a bead of water hanging out there, and that would have been disastrous if it had been allowed to make its way onto the piece, because it would have gone blob and just made a mess. Okay, maybe just another one over here. And actually, what if I, for sort of this bit, if I kind of combine a bit of the purple and a bit of the blue into one mega color, which I like to call Blurple, and just pop a couple of little Blurple scales there. Okay. Alright, I feel like that's done something to give it, you know, sort of like, hey, these are mermaid scales. Good job, me. And I'm also just gonna sort of outline this bit where the tail meets tummy. And also just maybe just get a little bit more line weight on the butt, because it was feeling a little bit not quite enough, I think. There we go. All right. So that merm is done. Yay! Now I just need to do our little goldfish guy. Or our large I need to do our large goldfish guy and our little goldfish guy. Both of the goldfish guys. They're guys. They're goldfish. Happy little fish. Okay, where's my orange? So this time I'm going to start with the orange and then work my way down to the green end of the tail, I think. If I can get this thing open, that would be nice. And I can. Hooray. Alright. I hope y'all like these pieces. I'm pretty chuffed with the way that they are looking at the moment. This was all very experimental. So the fact that it looks okay at all is honestly some sort of heckin' triumph as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so starting with orange, and then we'll kind of transition into yellow and then green on the end, and also these funky little side fins, which I hope that you think are cute. I think they're cute. So, congratulations me. But yeah, we'll be doing something hopefully cozy on Thingy Day, Thursday, here on stream. Looking forward to that as well. Looking forward to having some miso soup for my dinner. I think that'll be nice. Haven't had miso soup in a wee while. But we don't have a lot of groceries at home because we were away at the weekend and we didn't get to do our usual big grocery shop. So we thought, okay, what's something that we can kind of whip together fairly quickly that is nourishing and delicious? And the answer, it turns out, was miso soup. So, yay. Love that for us. Anyways. Okay. How am I doing here? How am I doing? Do I feel like that's enough? Yeah, it's sort of... I'm kind of tapering off the orange line just ahead of the little side fins, and we'll switch to yellow there. So, swapping back here. Our yellow of choice, in case anyone's curious, is a brilliant yellow. And it is indeed a very brilliant yellow. So, yay! Okie dokie. Let's get some yellow down. Now, I'm not sure if the yellow is going to show up as much for, like, scale detail. I might try one or two, and if it doesn't, if you're not seeing it at all, I might just switch to using the orange, which, just by its nature, is going to be a little bit more visible, I suppose. Because yellow, I find, is always the hardest thing to do, like, line weights and details with, because it's, by its nature, a very light. It's hard to get a dark yellow without teetering into the area of sort of dirty brown and that kind of thing. You know, sort of it starts to get quite grimy if you actually manage to make it dark, and we don't want grimy colors here. We want nice kind of, we want goldfishy vibrancy. So I'm going to try and actually, hang on, what if I plop as much of this down as I can, dry off my brush as best as I can. So it is in as unwatered down as I can make the yellow ink be. And then come in with it. Yay! That's working better. Okay, good. Good stuff. And then kind of bring it around and down until the bits where it's going to start to be this wonderful vibrant green color, which I will also use for the little side fins, I think. Maybe mix it with a little bit of the yellow for the side fins, actually, so it's not so dark. But we'll see. Let's see how we get on. Okay, that was just... Now, once again, this green is a bit of a cluster F because the... because there was a, when it arrived, there was a puncture in the pipette. So the ink inside is still, it's still wet, it's still good, but it's very difficult to get it to pipette out because it just, it doesn't have that nice airtight pipetteness to it. So, and also shaking it up is a little bit dicey. But we got there. Okay. All right. So let's do the dark green portion. And just hope we can kind of get it to blend in a little bit. Got a little bit of a nice sort of like wiggly texture on these fins, like those sorts of fins that sort of have a like nice sort of like sort of ness to them. Like so. Which I hope is as cute as it is in my mind brain. Us. As well as I was thinking of just giving it one of these sorts of situations like so. And then I'm actually going to mix this green with a little bit of the yellow just for the little sideways fins. Yeah. Oh, it's too wet. It's too wet. Oh no. Okay. There we go. That'll do. Okay. And then this one here. There we go. Nice. Happy little fins. Happy little fins all the way from Finland. The land of Moomins. I don't know. Anyways. Okay. Alright, okay. Let's finish up this version's tail real quickly. I hope this looks good. I really hope this looks good. And then those little side fins. Like so. Oh. Okay, well these guys are done. I hope they're cute. I hope they're cute. I really hope they're cute. Because I used the wrong brush for that, because, I don't know, I panicked. But, let's, again, working from orange to green this time, let's, attempt to add some little scale details, as 'twere. Let's see how we go with that. Oh, what's the... There we go. Okay. I hope this is cute. I don't know. I think it's cute. And that's the most important thing. Anyone else's opinions are gravy, I guess. Though obviously y'all's opinions do matter to me. I want to make things that you look at and you go, oh, that's nice. It makes me feel good to bring people joy with my work. If I can do that, I feel like my job here is done, I guess. I'm going to pick up some of this yellow now and see, is that visible at all? Just barely. So I'll add a few little scale details with that, and then I'm going to add in some green I'll start adding in some grayscale details. There. Okay. Okay. I think it's done. I think they're done. I think I'm going to sign these and then call it a day. Phew! What an adventure. What an adventure indeed. Alright, I'm picking up some of this black paint because it's hopefully nice and dark. I'm going to add some blue. I'm going to see if this will make a visible signature. It does. I'm doing a terrible job of signing, but you know, that's not unusual for me, so like whatever. Cool. Okay. It's done! Yay! Hell yeah. I hope you like it. I had fun making both of these. Because apparently I couldn't just pick one. Because I couldn't decide which composition I liked, and it turns out I kind of think both are cute, so both is good, I guess. Even if this brush is genuinely starting to just fail. Like, I can't get a good signature out of it. Okay, there we go. Well, we did it. It's signed. It's done. Is painted. I hope you like them. I had fun painting them. This was really neat. I've gone on super late today because I just really wanted to get these done. And also, my moderator/spouse isn't home from work yet. So I'm gonna maybe just shoot him a text and ask if everything's okay. Maybe get him to give me a ring. To which end I'm going to do as a little raid. I'm gonna see who's online we can do a little raidy raid on. Maybe someone we haven't raided recently. That would be cool. I'll be back on Thursday doing some more artworks and what have you. It was nice getting to hang out with y'all today. And yeah, I hope you have a nice everything. I'm going to send us in the direction of Kirsty because I know you'll be in safe hands, and I'm probably going to take off, or at least go lurk fairly soon after because I've been streaming for a really long time and I'm feeling real tired, so we're going to head over to the very trusted, in the trusted safe hands of Kirsty, who streams on Monday nights now. So, the raid has begun. I'm going to pop a generic raid message in the chat. And if you would like to join in on the raid, feel free to pop in this little... actually, you know what would be more appropriate? Sorry, I was going to do the Crash Bandicoot emote, but it really ought to be the Kraken emote, because that is another sea creature, which feels much more appropriate, I think. But if you have the emotes, feel free to grab the emotes. If you don't have the emotes, you can just say generic raid message. It's all good. I'm gonna go now before it kicks me out of my own raid. So thank you all for hanging out. You're all breathtaking. Hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching, and have a good night, everybody. I'll be back on Thursday, and goodbye and good night. Bye, everybody.